It's football time in Tennessee, and tonight Sullivan East looks to kick off their season with a win as they host the Johnson County Longhorns.
Game administrators meeting being held at center field. This meeting includes the Sullivan East game.
He's Ron Marvel. I'm Chris Mangrum, the third member of our crew. Hope Godsey will be joining us soon. And Ron, it is great to be back out here on the football field. It's been a long summer, but I'm really glad to be back out here with you. You ready for tonight?
Oh, yeah. Under Friday night lights. It just so happened to be Thursday night lights. We appreciate Sullivan East cooperating with us so we could get this game in this season. And we got another game as a doubleheader. The second part of a doubleheader, but boy, new faces, new stories. It's just exciting to be back out here and a part of high school football in East Tennessee.
I want to thank you for tuning in to the Possum pregame show here on BTES Power 7 and Gridiron Gameday, our 11th season. And we'd like to thank you all for watching. Of course, you can watch on BTES Power 7 channel for BTES cable customers. BTES Internet customers can watch as well at btes.net, and tonight's game is also on YouTube, so multiple ways to consume the content here tonight. Ron, this is a new year, and there's a lot of changes with these two teams specifically, all throughout Northeast Tennessee as well. But some new faces and some new places. There's a lot of production to replace from these two teams.
Yeah, a lot of production. You know, Lingerfeld, of course, has moved on. And in that case, when you look at the total stats that are up on the screen right now, Chris, I can make a strong argument when you have that percentage of offense flowing through one player, it can be problematic, right? Simply put, you stop the one player, you've got a real good chance of beating that other player. This transfer from Lingerfeld may actually be good for both programs. And then we look at that second stat down there, lost 9 of 11 tacklers. Typically in that situation, you know, you've got to have that one middle linebacker that steps up, communicates, makes sure his players are where they need to be. In his case, he's got a freshman standing right next to you. One of the things that we found out just a moment ago is for this Johnson County team, they're still shifting players around and trying to figure out exactly what their starting lineup is going to be. I know it shifted and changed from when we talked to Coach Trussell at the beginning of the week.
Sure. And you can tell these two teams don't have a whole lot of continuity. There's some of those new faces in those new places. This was a 5-point game last year, and we're kind of expecting it to be maybe another close game here tonight. But on top of the game, there's always a lot more that happens here on Gridiron Game Day, and Hope is going to tell us more about that.
Thank you guys so much. We're so excited to be back for our first game of the season here at Sullivan East. We've got a lot of good stuff coming up. We've got performances from the Sullivan East dance team and the band, and Johnson County band is also here. We're going to be hearing from our Burke, Power, and Hardy Student of the Week, and we've got a lot of other good interviews coming up, so you're going to want to stick around.
All right, thanks, Hope. A lot to look forward to on our season opener here on Thursday Night Football in our 11th season of Gridiron Game Day. We'll take a break and be right back right after this.
Nutty the Squirrel, and I'm nuts about BTES and the incredible services they supply to people and businesses across our service area. If you have our electric service, you can get our fiber services too. BTES helps power communities, keeps families connected with fiber internet and dependable phone service, and delivers all the news, sports, and entertainment with top-of-the-line digital video.
Together, we'll learn about BTES services and how they can power up your life.
I may be nutty, but I know everything about BTES.
Welcome back to the Possum pregame show here live at Sullivan East on the first day of the regular season. Here a little early special on Thursday night as Sullivan East hosts Johnson County in a non-region matchup. Exciting game coming up tonight. A special night here for Sullivan East, as well as it's a special night on campus anytime you have your season opening game. And Hope has tracked down a very popular person on the east sidelines here. Hope?
Yes, I'm here with Principal Andy Hare. Andy, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm fantastic. Look, I'm in the Patriot Nation, blue skies, sun setting. It's Thursday night. Nothing can be better.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for spending a little time here. First off, I just wanted to say, it's the first game of the season. What does a night like this mean to you and the school?
Oh, it means so much. It's so symbolic too about kicking off the year, and it brings us all together after we've been gone for the summer. It's just beautiful. I mean, the energy is just so positive. I just look around and I just see their faces, and it's emotional for me because we live in such a great area. It's just awesome, and then that's what this night's about, is just us coming back together. It's just like a family reunion.
Exactly. Well, it certainly is a beautiful night. I'm sure the students are excited to be back. So how is the start of the school year going so far? Are there any exciting things going on?
Well, like you said, they are excited to be back, and they've been showing it here. We had a great pep rally today. Our volleyball team won the inaugural match on our brand new floor, which was awesome. Soccer won their home opener here. So, yeah, great things are happening. It's been a great start to the year. I've said from the beginning, 26-27 will be the best year in the history of East, and they are not disappointing.
Well, that's exciting. So I know you mentioned the new basketball floor. Can you talk a little bit about the new things that have been happening here?
Yeah, we redid the floor after 58 years. It was just time. The old floor couldn't handle getting treated anymore. So we put a brand new floor in. It's absolutely gorgeous. So when people come in, they're like, holy cow. It does. It's eye-opening. We redid all the lighting in there as well. So it's good and bright. And we're adding a projection system onto the court. It should be ready hopefully at the end of October, which is going to be spectacular. Because that gym floor is more than just a place to play basketball or volleyball or host wrestling matches. I mean, that is the community center. Right. And that's where we host concerts. It's where we have an assembly hall. It's where we graduate. It's an important part of our identity here in the East Zone. So it's nice to have something so beautiful there. But we've done so many things beyond that. We renovated 4 classrooms, and built another one over the summer, enhancing our CTE programs. Just so many great things because our kids deserve the best, and that's what we want to give them.
Right. Well, that's so amazing. A lot of exciting things. I'm sure everyone's very proud. But thank you so much for being here, and we're excited for the game.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate all you all do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andy. I feel like I need an energy drink after that interview, don't you, Ron? Andy Hare, fantastic principal here at Sullivan East, and he mentioned some of the renovations that have been going on here at the school, but the football team is also a piece of that. Ron, tell us what they've been able to do this summer.
Yeah, they remodeled their locker room. That was one of the things. Spent money there. They had Army officers come in and do some leadership speeches, conferences with them, and then they had parents come in once a week during the off season and provide breakfast for the kids. And you look at that beautiful locker room. But I think the message that Coach Simmons and his staff wanted to send to these kids is, hey, you are worth it. And as I was talking to Coach Simmons this week, he said, we're seeing return. Kids are cleaning up after themselves. They're sweeping. They're seeing someone else's mess. They're cleaning it up. And that translates to the football field because it means accountability and responsibility. And it also says, hey, if I don't do my job, then this team is not going to function. And for a team that is desperate for a win right now, they're doing the right things here at East.
Coach Simmons really likes this group. They had a rough year last year, 0-10. They're currently on a 17-game losing streak, and they're going to try to end that tonight in special fashion here in their home opener. Now, remember, East is in Region 1 4A. There are 7 other teams in that region. Of course, Greenville and Elizabethton typically lead the way. You're looking at it here. Look, the truth is we would love for Sullivan East to be talking about playoffs, but it starts with one game at a time, doesn't it?
It does. And when you look at that, those are some very, very good teams and just not a whole lot of room for error. But, Chris, you're spot on. Get one in the books, because when you get one, like let's say they get a win tonight, then what it does is it affirms everything that you've done in the offseason.
All right, so Sullivan East tonight hosting Johnson County. This is not a region game. It will not affect the playoff standings in any way, but this is a game that has sort of become a rivalry between these two schools. They've tended to kind of open the season with one another, and tonight East is going to try to put an end to that losing streak that we talked about earlier. That's why this is a big game for this team, and earlier this week we got a chance to catch up with Coach Simmons to get his thoughts on his team and Johnson County as well.
I think we've got a group of guys that really want it. You know, they show up to every practice ready to work. It's just being able to put it all together is the main focus of what. It's the same thing you've heard me say for years now, play the next play. Really buying in and leaning into that because if anything, our scrimmages showed we can compete, but not if we try to do things our own way. We need to do it our way. To me, we haven't been talking about last season. We used it a little bit in the off season as far as motivation in the weight room, but this is a new team, new group of kids, and they're hungry. They've been here. Most of them have been around for not being able to put it together and find a way to get over the hump and win those games. And they're trying to do whatever it takes to get there. You know, I think they've got a real emphasis on running the football. They've got some backs that can do it. They got a couple of big, thick kids, just real downhill guys. And I think it's still Johnson County. They're going to try to punch you in the face, and we got to be ready and ready for that counter punch. Yeah, I mean, I think that they're still similar from the scheme standpoint of what they're trying to do, you know, but it just comes down to our execution. That's our main focus of like, hey, man, it doesn't matter what they've got. I don't care what they've got on the side of their helmet. We've got to execute our role, our job, everything we got, whatever it takes. It's the line of scrimmage. If we can control the line of scrimmage, or whoever can do that the best, that's who's going to win the game. But I also think it's whoever's going to be the most excited to be here to play football. If we show up like we did to start the Virginia High scrimmage, not very excited early in the morning, things can get away from us. But if we show up ready, that no matter what it takes, dude, every play that we're on is the most important thing in the world. I think that's what's going to be the separating factor.
Coach Simmons, we've heard it for several years. Play the next play. They want to move on. If something unfortunate happens on the field, they want to flush it and get to the next play. How important is that tonight in this first game of the season?
And that's the phrase we've heard over and over and over again, right? Out of this coaching stuff, out of the players. When you interview them, you hear it. Flush it, flush it, flush it. And you almost get the sense that the players are tired of hearing it. You know, as a coach, what you say to a player when they're tired of hearing it, you go, okay, now go show me. There's two ways you can react in this situation. When something bad happens, you can go, oh man, here we go again. Or you can go, hey guys, you know what, let's get past it. We're better than this, let's move on. It all pivots around leadership.
This first game of the year can be a tone setter one way or the other. East is trying to get off to a good start. We'll take a quick break and we'll have more on the Possum pregame show coming up right after this.
Timeless country.
Oh, play me some mountain music. She said, here she wants his fancy, don't let me down.
The good stuff that brings back so many memories. 96.3, The Possum.
And that's why I hang my hat in Tennessee. 96.3, The Possum.
Thanks for tuning in here with us at Sullivan East High School. It's East and Johnson County, the Possum pregame show, and it's time to dig in a little bit more on these teams. Ron, specifically, let's focus on the key players for tonight's game. For Johnson County, we're highlighting Bryson Kimball. Kimball was not a very productive player last year, but he was one of the first players mentioned from Coach Tyler Trussler about his speed and about his ability to separate.
Yeah, and you're probably going to see him multiple spots tonight, quite a bit in that slot spot. He's got great speed, whether he's on defense or he's on offense. He's quick, he's elusive, and one of the things we heard from Coach Trussler over and over again is that he's good in open space. Jet sweep is an important part of this offense. My expectation, the ball's handed off to him. And we'll see how these East defenders respond when he gets in open space.
Also keep an eye on Braden Dickens for Johnson County, who had a good game against East last year. We weren't sure he was going to play tonight, but he did go through pregame warm-ups. We'll tell you more about him as the night goes along. Now, for Sullivan East, we're highlighting a senior, Austin Warren, who led this team in tackles last year and was responsible for 4 of East's 6 turnovers forced on defense a year ago.
Yeah, and occasionally you have that kid on your team that just simply has a nose for the football. He seems to be in the right spots. He's explosive, and he just closes so well. He's also one of those kids, as far as you talk about being in the correct position, and playing football the correct way, he is that player. Great example for the rest of the team.
You may see Austin on offense a little bit as well tonight. So those are the key players. Now how about the keys to the game, Ron, as we determine who's going to win this one between these two foes?
Yeah, you know, when you look at, I'm waiting for that stat to pop up, when you're waiting, or as far as Johnson County goes, you know, it's an issue of pushing the pocket. You're looking at that 40 technique defensively. You've got that nose tackle, and you're hoping that he can just push Perry into the backfield and disrupt things. The second thing with this option offense is you want to look to read that first defender and then make your break or your pitch.
All right, we'll come back to the keys to the game. Let's throw it out to the field to see the Patriots perform.
Patriots.
Again, that was the Patriots. You heard the keys to the game for Johnson County. Now, Ron, walk us through the keys for Sullivan East.
Yeah, I think specifically for East, their linebackers are going to have to be disciplined, because when you look at their linebackers and specifically what Johnson County wants to do, you are very much going to have to stay at home. I think on the line itself, they're wanting to blow things up and have the linebackers clean it up. In order to do that, you've got to be patient and be smart. The other thing simply is stay disciplined. Stay disciplined, look at assignment football, and take care of the responsibility in front of you. Don't play Harry the hero. I had a coach who always used to say that. Don't play Harry the hero. It blows it up for everybody else. Discipline tonight's going to be key for Sullivan East.
All right, so those are the keys to the game. We'll keep an eye on those keys throughout the game tonight as you see Johnson County and Sullivan East getting ready to come on to the field here. Great energy in the stadium tonight. Nice crowd filing in here for Sullivan East as we're getting ready for this one. Again, alongside Ron Marvel, I am Chris Mangrum. We'll hear from Hope Godsey throughout the game here on Gridiron Game Day, BTES Power 7. And we are getting ready for the festivities. The band coming in here behind us as they get ready to play the Tennessee Waltz. You see Johnson County, and there's that band that we talked about. There's nothing like it, Ron, on let's say a Thursday night. It's the football, it's the crowd, it's the band, it's the pageantry of high school football.
Oh, you get excited. You know, I said it a minute ago, Chris. I stepped out here and I thought, you know, I think I could still do this. And I do one play, my knees would explode and reality would kick in. But you just get that feeling, right? That excitement, that it's football season again.
All right, we're going to let you watch the band get in position here as they get ready to play from the field. We are just minutes away from kickoff, not only to the Sullivan East and Johnson County season, but to the season in the state of Tennessee.
We'll be joining the band in their pregame festivities as well as in the stands. Both the Tennessee Waltz and the national anthem will be conducted by Field Commander Kristen Matney. Tennessee Waltz soloists are Hunter Trivett, Michaela Roberts, and Clarice Shipley. The Tennessee Waltz. the pride of Sullivan County, the Patriot Regiment. Sullivan East High School welcomes the Johnson County Longhorns to Alumni Field.
Longhorns heading on to the field here on this Thursday night opener. It's Sullivan East and Johnson County. We'd like to thank you for tuning in here. As you see, this Johnson County team that finished 3-8 a year ago, a 2-3 record in their region play. And here come the Sullivan East Patriots for the first time this year.
Chris, it's exciting. Hope breeds anew for each of these teams.
All right. See, those are some fifth graders here in the Sullivan East school system that get the opportunity to run on the field. Now, I'll tell you what, Ron, that's a way to get some kids excited about being a Sullivan East Patriot, isn't it?
Oh, boys, yeah, lots of energy. We talk all the time. You see a lot of kids out of that feeder program down there. So important to make them a part of this.
So pregame festivities nearly behind us here as we are inching towards kickoff here in our Possum pregame show. And let's throw it down to the field for those pregame festivities.
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing us here together tonight. We ask you watch over both teams, the coaches, the officials, and everyone here tonight. Keep the players safe and protect them from injury. Give them strength, focus, and good sportsmanship. Help everyone show respect and encourage one another. Let tonight be a great experience for everyone involved. Help us enjoy the game, support the players, and appreciate the opportunity to be together. In Jesus' name, amen.
And now for the presentation of the national colors and the playing of the national anthem. The national colors will be presented by the Sullivan East Naval Junior Reserves Officer Training Corps. The national anthem will be performed by the Sullivan East Patriot Regiment. Tonight's color guard will be presented by Cadet Van Zant, who is carrying the American flag, and Cadet Herrera, who is carrying the U.S. Navy flag. They are accompanied by Cadet Walden and Cadet Epperson, who are serving as rifle bearers. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Fantastic view from high up in the sky here at Sullivan East. As you see, a great night for the kickoff to the season here on a Thursday night special. Again, our first out of 2 games this week. We'll have a doubleheader as we've got Sullivan East and Johnson County tonight. We'll be at the Stone Castle tomorrow night for West Ridge and Tennessee High. Just a great way to kick off the season. A chance to see all 3 of our BTES Power 7 teams in action. We'd like to thank you again for watching the Possum pregame show as we're getting ready to have captains out to the field. A couple things to keep in mind for this game. Sullivan East is looking to break that big losing streak. It currently sits at 17 games in a row. They would love nothing more than to go ahead and end that streak tonight in front of their home crowd. And for this Johnson County team, this is their 100th year of football under second-year head coach Tyler Trussler. And this series belongs to Johnson County, 17-10. The Longhorns have won the last two.
Yeah, and you know, when you think Longhorns, you just think physical, punch you in the mouth kind of football. And you know, Chris, you're right about that 100th season. I'm glad you brought it up, because that's going to mean something in the history books. I guarantee you the coaching staff here with the Longhorns has explained the significance of being the 100th.
Another note that we have, I don't think we've mentioned yet here in the pregame show, Ron, is we talked about some of the production that both teams are trying to replace from last year. But both these teams' quarterbacks from last season both ended up transferring to Elizabethton.
Yes.
And that leads to some new guys. We know that Grady Burke is going to get the start here for Sullivan East. And we'll see Brock Jones for Johnson County.
Let's have a good time out here. Have fun. You guys worked really hard. Stay safe and healthy. God bless, all right? Johnson County, you are the visitors. You are going to call the toss. We have a heads and we have a tails. Heads and a tails. So I drop it. We're going to do it again. What's your call? He's calling a heads. It is a tail, so you won the toss. So you want the ball, you want the ball. Which way do you want to play? You're going to put your back here, you're going to put your back over here. Why over here?
Sullivan East has won the toss, elected to receive the ball.
Welcome back. It's football season once again as we kick off the regular season in the state of Tennessee on a special night this Thursday night as Sullivan East hosts the Johnson County Longhorns in a non-region contest. Alongside Ron Marvel, I am Chris Mangrum. Hope Godsey, the third member of our crew, down on the sidelines. Ron, we're back, and Sullivan East is going to get the ball first.
Yeah, and you know, if you're East, you want a good start. Good kickoff sets the tone right here, but you want a good, sustained drive. Too many times last year, we saw that offensive line break down for East, and it just led to trouble for the Patriots.
So you look at Coach Simmons there in his 7th year as the head coach. And, of course, the top story here tonight, Sullivan East trying to grab a win in their season opening game, but to put an end to that losing streak that currently sits at 17 games. East will get the ball first. Bryson Kimball will kick off. Ike Deal, Hayden Jones back. It's been a long summer, and now it's time. Here we go. And a short kickoff goes out of bounds, and there's a pretty good start for the Patriots, Ron.
We just talked about good field position, and pretty much the Longhorns just gifted it to them. Now we're going to see this offense, this air raid offense for the Patriots, and see how in tune they are with their new quarterback.
So the officials will make the call here.
Kicking team, 5 yards to be added to the end of the kick. First down.
So Sullivan East led by a new quarterback this season in the air raid. It is sophomore Grady Burke, who has kind of grown up in this air raid system for the Patriots. He's going to get the reins here with some really impressive receivers. Kean Bear to his left, and we will get the first snap of the season here from the 35. Burke under pressure, spins away and finds Hayden Jones, but he drops it. I think some footsteps might have got to him there.
Yeah, and you won't see that happen to Jones very much. Just an easy catch, look in, and lots of times when you see that, Chris, their heads looking upfield, looking for extra yardage. Got to secure that ball before you make that turn.
There's another look at Grady Burke. He did play a little bit last year in some mop-up duty, but they want him to kind of be the point guard of this offense.
4.1 GPA, by the way. Really smart kids. You've got some high IQ kids on this Patriots offense and defense. I think of Hayden Jones, just how high football IQ he has.
Talked about some of the impressive weapons for East. You're going to hear Ike Deal, number 1 at receiver. Also right there in the slot, Colton Lazier. We've already said Hayden Jones as well. So those are some of the key targets for Grady Burke. 2nd down and 10. Burke again flushed, gets rid of it and throws it, intercepted. That's Bryson Kimball, our player to watch, and he has the Longhorns in the red zone right away.
That was just way too easy, Chris. Just Johnny on the spot. But once again, you and I have talked, O-line, O-line, O-line. They've got to have that protection. I don't care who you are. You know, you've got to have time to throw the football.
See here on the United Southeast Federal Credit Union replay, Burke throwing on the run, just threw it a little bit too out in front of his target, Kean Bear there. And Kimball did the rest. And now Johnson County's got an excellent chance to get on the board here. Just 17 seconds evaporated in the game.
Yeah, Zach Rourke right there, the middle linebacker. We talked about him already in the pregame. He gets in there and he flushes him out of the pocket. Just got to see more out of this line. I just don't know how else to say it.
So we will see Brock Jones, the junior, playing his first football game at the high school level. A left-hander and a whistle already, and get ready for some of these pre-snap penalties.
Delay a game.
Well, he's very good at
it. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
So delay of game there. Look, first week of the season. Not only that, East was able to do. They moved their game back a day for us, so they had one less day to prepare than everyone else, as you see the officials there.
Well, don't forget too, the rain has so affected scrimmages this season. We've heard that over and over again.
1st and long. After the 5-yard penalty, Brock Jones in the shotgun. Takes off himself to the right. Has some space. And gets that penalty yardage back and some as he's down inside the 15.
Yeah, great cut right there. Number 11, Mason Tittle, he tries to keep him in front, but he's able to make that cut and is able to move up the field. One of the things Coach Trussell talked to us about, just the good decision-making he gets out of his young quarterback.
Take a look at the Johnson County offense here on the Sunbelt Reynolds starting lineup, led by Brock Jones. We'll see quite a few different Longhorns in this starting lineup. There were some changes even before kickoff tonight. 2nd and 7. Jones under center this time. Gives to Kane. There is a flag, as it appears Kane has the first down for now, but we'll see what the flag is.
I believe that may be on Mason Perry, their center, 2nd team all-conference. 3, we'll see.
It does appear that holding is the call.
Holding. Offense number 25. 10 yards from the spot of foul.
Not Perry.
Still 2nd down.
And Jamie Jones there on the hold. Here are the starters for Sullivan East on our Sunbelt Reynolds starting lineup. Those big guys up front, Stiltner and Tomlinson specifically. Watch 66 in the middle of that East defense to see if he can create a push against this Johnson County line. Of course, we mentioned Austin Warren as well as our player to watch. Led the team in tackles last year. He's a wrecking ball out there on the East defense. 2nd and long. Liam Kane, left side, and tripped up in the backfield. That is Malachi Hubbard, who is a sophomore basketball player. His older brother played basketball for East, and they really like this kid.
So athletic, quick, just a hard worker too. Chris, I'll tell you something interesting about the Longhorns center. 5'4", 200 pounds. That's a tree trunk you're trying to move out of the way, man.
So here's 3rd down and 11. And remember the interception on the first drive for Sullivan East. It'd be wise if they can try to force a field goal attempt here. I'm not sure that Johnson County's field goal range is this deep. Quick handoff, Hunter McEllier, and he is hit right away. So an early test for this East defense, and Austin Warren looked like he was in there on that stop.
Yeah, we've talked about just how active tonight these linebackers have to be. I think Sloan might have been on that as well, son. Yeah, Sloan comes in and kind of finishes it up. What's your call here, Chris? I know you asked me most of the time.
To be honest, I'm going for this. We were watching Kimball, their kicker.
Yes.
Kimball, their kicker, in pregame, and he wasn't very comfortable from this point, so they are going to go for this. 4th down and a timeout late.
Timeout, Johnson County.
All right, so we are going to take a quick break. We'll have 4th down coming up right after this.
For 85 years, United Southeast Federal Credit Union has proudly served our neighbors in Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia. We're more than a financial institution, we're part of the community. With 6 convenient branches and a team dedicated to your financial well-being, we're here to help you grow, save, and thrive. On the go, our mobile app and online banking make managing your money easy. United Southeast Federal Credit Union, helping our members live better lives.
Back inside Sullivan East here as you get a look at Coach Tyler Trussler calling the shots for the Longhorns in his 2nd year. 3-8 overall record last year, and he's got a big decision here already on this first drive of the season. 4th down, and the Longhorns are going.
We've heard deception, deception, deception this year out of this Longhorns team, so we'll see on this first drive what they come up with.
4th down and 8. Brock Jones to put it in the air, throws, tipped, and nearly intercepted by Mason Tittle on the carom, but regardless, it's 4th down. And how about this, Ron? East defense stands up, right?
Yep. You know, put in a bad position. You see some character out of this Patriots team as they're able to make a stop. Now, let's get the ball back into the offense. Chris, one of the things I'm looking for right now, typically in this air raid offense, you see wider gaps out of the offensive line. Do you narrow it in to try to protect your quarterback?
Always interesting to see the adjustments. That was Jacob Sloan who got the first piece of that pass, and Tittle nearly intercepted it, the freshman. That would have been an excellent start to his career, but East has it in a little better field position because of the drop. Burke steps up, looks downfield. Ike Deal wide open at the 45. A race to the end zone. Braden Dickens trying to catch him, but he will not. Ike Deal, the sophomore sensation, all the way.
You know, that's part of that stick and shoot defense or offense that we've seen in these Patriots. That's what you call a mandatory open route, where you have the outside receiver in that case just make that sprint down the field. In this case, the stick is open as well, but what you have, Chris, is you got Laser coming across there and pulls the linebacker off.
Now, as we see the replay here, there is a flag down. As you see the long ball there, Deal got all the way behind.
Here's a touchdown for Sullivan East. During the touchdown run, there was contact with an official. That will be a 15-yard penalty enforced on the kickoff.
Did you catch which side it was on?
Yes, I think it was on East, so that'll be enforced. That'll probably back them up, I believe is what I heard. I don't know if that was unsportsmanlike conduct. I got a little confused there.
Okay, so, yeah, I think it was an unsportsmanlike penalty. And, however, the points are on the board. They don't come off with that penalty. And now we will see Jace Bruckner, a sophomore, over from the soccer team. He will get a chance to try to give East a 7-0 lead.
And what Simmons told us was that when he hits it clean, it can go.
Bruckner, gorgeous ball.
Oh, gosh, yeah, the height on that, you couldn't ask for much more.
I think he struck that one quite well, Ron, as how about a little momentum here for Sullivan East? Now, we saw East score in games early last year. They do a good job of maybe scripting the early plays.
Yes.
But it's going to be important now to, again, flush even your success and
even your success.
You gotta keep
Don't
going.
dwell on this. Stay absolutely hungry. You are completely right, Chris. And, you know, we talked about this as well. Have they simplified the playbook a little bit for Burke? We'll see how that works out. This stick and shoot receiver routes, when they work really well. That mandatory open release we got out of Deal was why that touchdown happened.
Look, already on the dropbacks that Grady Burke has had, he's had to move off his spot. and he's looked a little uncomfortable at times. We saw the interception, but how about the young sophomore not only rolling out, he stepped up into the pressure there and found Deal all the way down the field.
Yeah, and there's no doubt in my mind this quarterback, it's several camps, right, that he went to, Virginia Tech, Appy State, just to work on his footwork. And I think one of the things you saw right there is just not the footwork, the torque out of his hips, Chris, helped with that throw.
So Grady Burke, how about the start in his first game? He did throw a touchdown last year, so that was not his first career, but that's a memorable one here as the full-time starter, as Ike Deal is going to have a lot more moments like that this season. Remember, East does not have Blue Prophet anymore, who graduated on to play college football, and just so happened that Ike Deal took number 1 from Blue Prophet, and he's doing his best Blue Prophet impression.
Yes, and when we talked to him too, by the way, he told us how much he learned from Blue about being proficient in route running.
So it does appear that the unsportsmanlike penalty was on East, so you see them walking the ball back. I wonder if I didn't see what happened. The flag was somewhere around the 20-yard line, maybe something from the sideline or a player running downfield, but in this game of field position, you'll take the points. But now Johnson County has got an opportunity to start with good field position again. Remember, on their first drive, they had an interception of Grady Burke and started inside the 20, but had no points to show for it.
Yeah, and I think you got to be really kind of smart here. I'm in no kind of hurry right here to put this ball in the hands of Kimball. And there it goes.
Kimball at the 30. Remember, he's got a lot of speed, and he's across midfield. And for the second consecutive drive, Johnson County will start in plus territory. But we saw this East defense stand up in the red zone and get a stop last time.
And Chris, I just want to go back for just a moment. I'm not sure what the answer is. You and I don't get paid the big bucks to coach. But I'm not so sure I don't corner kick away from Kimball and see if it goes out of bounds, right? It goes out of bounds. You're not going to get starting position like this regardless.
Ball at the East 45. As Johnson County will have their second possession. We saw the Longhorns move the ball on their first drive, but some penalties got them behind the chains, and they were unable to convert. Brock Jones, a pitch. Here's Kimball. And what about that tackle in the backfield by Hayden Jones?
What a motor by that kid. Just so smart. And just the level of excitement a minute ago, looking at him coming off. He's so good to be back on this field.
Hayden Jones scored a touchdown in this Johnson County East game last year. In fact, it was Hayden Jones who was stopped short at the goal line in a game that Johnson County won by 5 points. East had the ball with 2 plays inside the 5-yard line. Hayden Jones got the ball on the final play on a jet sweep and was denied. And he told us that has been on his shoulders for 365 days, and he's playing like it.
Makes you hungry, Chris. Makes you hungry.
Second down 16. Jones gives to Kimball out of the backfield. Slips a few tackles, but how about the East defense? A lot of hats around the ball.
Yes, I'm liking what I see right now, and I like what I see out of this defensive line. I like Stiltner a lot, by the way, but I like what they're doing. They're doing their jobs in clearing a path for these linebackers to make plays.
I mean, just look, there's nowhere to go. That was Stiltner all
turning
over
it inside, absolutely.
And 4 or 5 East hats on the ball there. That's some good stuff from this East defense that struggled last year. In fact, this Patriots team gave up a school record in points last year. Yeah. So they're trying to find improvements on that side of the ball as well. Third down and long again, and now a flag. I think the Longhorns have too many on the field.
Yep, he's counting.
Illegal substitution, 12 players in the huddle, 5-yard penalty.
So some penalties here early, Ron. We had false start, we had delay of game, some procedural.
Yes, and let's flip the coin for just a second. If we look at this Patriots team last year, it was always penalties, right? It was consistently penalties that were costing them. So yeah, we have seen it. They've been fairly clean so far.
Just a few minutes into the season here. This is certainly a good start. Hey, especially, let's go back to that interception by Grady Burke and play the next play. Easily could have gone the other way, right, and kind of let it spiral, but East has bounced back in a significant way, and they're going to try to get off the field here on 3rd down and 20. Jones, the lefty, slings to his brother. That's Jamie Jones. It's caught, and Hayden Jones erases another one. It's going to be 4th and long just across midfield. I'm assuming you're punting this.
Great technique right there by Jones. Wrestling scholarship, by the way, we just heard this week from Emory and Henry, my understanding. As he wrestles this man down to the ground. See what I did there?
I see what you did. That's the United Southeast Federal Credit Union replay there. Jamie Jones, a senior, on the catch. So Hayden Jones is back to return this, expecting punt, but I'm not sure. Now Jones is back a little further than usual. Wonder if this is a quick kick. No, Jones looks to throw. Fires and nearly intercepted by Warren. And Johnson County decides not to punt the football, and now East has the ball near midfield.
Great discipline right there to recognize it, come up, and adjust. Chris, you know, I know it's early, right? I know, but I like what I'm seeing right now from this Patriots team.
Now, I'd have to go back and look at how many times Sullivan East had a 2-score lead in a game last year. Of course, they didn't win a game. They did lead in some of those games, especially the ones we had here last year, but they just couldn't finish in those games, and now a chance to really make it hurt early. Remember the pressure that we've seen up the middle that has forced Burke off of his spot. That is something I'm keeping an eye on here in this drive. You've mentioned the offensive line and how important they are here in this game.
Two-back set right here.
Handoff Warren. Hit and spun backwards, but look at Warren fight. That allows Johnson County to run to the football for about a 5-yard loss.
I get the 5-yard loss, but the Patriots are going to have to commit some resources towards running the football.
You see the starters for Sullivan East. Thank you to Sunbelt Rentals. We've already said a bunch of these names. Burke, you saw Deal on the touchdown connection. Colton Lazier and Hayden Jones are really sure-handed targets. And look at all those seniors on that offensive line. That is where East is really hoping that will pay off this season as they protect this sophomore quarterback. Burke looks left, goes downfield, looking for Jones. Look at that throw, caught along the far sideline. Burke put that in a bucket.
Well, I'll tell you, he must have seen something pre-snap that he liked. Single safety. There's Dixon up high. He must have went through his progression and saw what he liked there with Jones and got it down. Great pass right there.
Just threw him open there. As now the ball is at the Johnson County 23-yard line. That is a 33-yard reception for Hayden Jones. And now East is looking to strike again. See the starting defense here for Johnson County. 1st and 10. Burke. Lob ball. That is Hubbard on the far side. Couldn't come up with it.
Chris, right there, I'm watching Lazier right there as he rakes across the linebacker, and he was open right there. See if they come back to that.
Tell me about, we've heard this offense talk about, you may not get the ball, but your route may get someone else open.
Oh, yeah, and that's specifically what Lazier's job is, and he told us that. He goes across the face of the linebacker, and then you've got these mandatory open releases that you see Ike Deal does. That forces the corner to the outside. Then you have that stick route where they come down. Lots of times it's in the trips that you'll see this stick and shoot, Chris, as you see it right now on this side. And the triangle sets up. We don't have a telestrator tonight. I'd show you guys that.
Long season, Ron. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Burke on 2nd down, flushed again. Let's see if he can create once more. Goes across his body. Lazier goes up to get it. And right around the 10. I think he's got enough for the 1st down. And yeah, they're gonna get a late hit here, I think, on Luke Tomlinson after the play.
Just talked about penalties just a minute ago and being smart.
great catch by Lazier to go up and get it. Let's see what the call is.
Result of the play is a first down. After the play, personal foul number 66, 15-yard penalty, first down.
All right, so here's that replay. Burke did a great job. This is typically a no-no throwing across your body there, Ron, but Lazier goes up to get it. And then watch at the tail end of this, 66 at the top of your screen. There.
Yeah, you know, when you're in that 40 right now that the Longhorns are, you can split those two linebackers, and that's what Lazier did right there. He just found a soft zone in there, and he patiently waited in it.
So first down and 10. You get the first down, and it's not like it's a 1st and 25. You still have a 1st and 10. You just lose some of the yardage after the play. But still a new set of downs for Grady Burke and the Patriots offense looking to strike. Jones in motion. Burke off his spot. There is a flag in the area of holding, and Burke smartly tucks out of bounds.
Quarterback Keever ran out of bounds at the 20.
We'll see if this is on the sophomore, Justin Crabtree.
There's a flag on the play.
During the run, holding number 55, 10-yard penalty from the previous spot.
That's
Still
Sloan.
second down.
You got 2 shots at it if you just say
That's
Sloan, right? With Jacob and Noah, the twin
Just
tackles.
the Bash brothers.
That's right. You see him throw his hands out there to say, I didn't hold it. That's some 55 on 55 crime there.
And this is not the direction you want to see out of the Patriots. They had everything going, and now a couple penalties have forced them back. And we'll just see in 1st and 20 just how aggressive this Patriots offense gets.
There's that trips again to the right. Lazier and Jones in the slot right. Burke looking that direction, throws down the seam. Lazier catches inside the 20.
Looking ball.
Touchdown, Sullivan East. The Patriots offense is here to play.
What a great looking ball that was. They keep Bear back. He provides extra protection. Very smart right there. And in that seam route, he's open.
Ron, I just got to ask you here as we see the replay. Burke is looking confident in the pocket, and there's that throw that you highlighted on our preview show a few weeks ago up the seam. And what did Coach Simmons tell us on the phone this week? They want to attack the middle of the field.
Yep. And you just have to be impressed. And one thing he does so very well is he'll sell one route and then cut into another one. And boy, Chris, some of the offers that young man right now is receiving.
Absolutely. Bruckner up and through, and don't look now, but the Patriots lead by 14. This does not look like a team that has lost 17 straight games. They're trying to put that streak to an end here tonight. Great start here for the Patriots.
There are 2 types of people in this world. Those who got the sauce and those who need a little help finding it. Now you're probably thinking, how do I get this sauce? Well, see, I got my sauce. You got your sauce. Maybe it's sweet, maybe it's spicy, maybe it's 12 different flavors all tossed together, but you know it when you see it. So the question is, who's got the sauce?
Zaxby's. Zaxby's got the sauce.
I don't think he was talking to you.
Oh.
Who's got the sauce?
Zaxby's.
Welcome back. Sullivan East leading Johnson County 14-0. And we want to say thank you to a new sponsor here for us, Zaxby's on Volunteer Parkway, for providing tonight's TV crew meal, and it was a good one.
It was very good. Real good chicken strips.
Number 87 for the Patriots, Chase.
Chris, I've talked about this kickoff again. I just want to see if the coaching staff paid any heed to the last return.
And that is Bryson Kimball and Braden Dickens back for Johnson County. Their 2 biggest weapons. Dickens had a great game against East last year.
And I don't know that we've seen him in the backfield yet, strangely enough.
Short kickoff in the direction of Dickens. And bobbled there, but picked up. Dickens trying to find space, but Austin Warren did a great job there of containing him inside.
bobble right there permits the wedge from being formed. You can't properly set up, and just great pursuit right there by the Patriots. And you can feel the excitement. Once again, I don't want to sound like a record repeating itself, but flush it, right? Everything's going good, flush it. Stay hungry and act like you're down 14 points right now with this Patriots team.
You know what was so interesting in talking to Coach Simmons earlier in the season is he's talked multiple times just about how much he likes this group of guys.
Yes.
They're just, Hayden Jones told us this is the best locker room he's ever been a part of. And you can sense that these guys really like each other, and hey, things are going well.
Positivity
Yes.
is what I heard over and over again. In
Stack the positives.
Stack the positives, yes.
So Johnson County will try to respond here. There's 4 minutes to go in the first. Jones handoff. There is Dickens, by the way, gets his first carry.
Yep.
And you see some of the ability there with the way he was able to bounce off a few Patriots.
Basically had a trip right in the backfield right there, and trying to create some room because these Patriots have done just a good job of stuffing everything. And Chris, are you a little bit surprised we've not seen any option out of this Johnson County team?
I wonder if it's really just they've had to, with a new quarterback, they haven't really focused on it.
I'll give you that. That's difficult for a young quarterback. It's difficult to get to the point you're comfortable with that read, that first read off that defensive end.
Pick up a 4 there for Braden Dickens. He's in the backfield again. Give it to him. Dickens nearly slips and falls. Look at him weave his way, and he's off for a big run near midfield, continuing to keep the feet churning. And again, as we said, Ron, I'm surprised that Dickens hasn't had the ball already today.
Yeah, me too. Sean Thomas right there on that stop. You know what they've done is they've moved 2 backs. Well, you see him leading right there, setting the table. McElway out front. Good cut right there by Dixon.
28-yard run for Braden Dickens, who had 120 yards and a touchdown last year against East on just 10 carries, but I believe that's him shielded there off the field.
Yeah, and he's dealing with some type of injury.
Handoff this time, Kimball, the speedster, runs right into a Patriot. That is Will Joyner, who makes the tackle on the left side, but it's still a modest gain. Sets up second and short.
Yeah, that first defender up for the Patriots, Chris, he's just going to have to shed that initial block, or he's going to have to throw him. Even if you don't make the tackle, get rid of that initial block so he can't go to the next level.
Johnson County has found a little success in the running game. Again, Brock Jones, the quarterback for Johnson County, making his first start. Right back to the well. This is Jacob Froenthal. And first time we've seen him carry the ball, and he gets across the line to gain for a first down.
Our understanding he's not played since his freshman year. Good looking athlete right there.
Does it just seem to you like Johnson County's just going to hand it to a bunch of different guys?
Yeah, and you know what you're seeing right now, big kid McElway just paving the way. You're just going to have to get in there and blow him up.
It always appears that number 44 is in the H-back spot.
Yes,
blocking
always.
people. We've seen a bunch of that over the last year.
You're going to have to force them out of that.
First and 10, all bunched around the ball. Handoff. About a 4-yard pickup. Again, that's Froenthal, who seems to be the guy with the hot hand right now.
Chris, I will tell you something, and I've coached against Johnson County a lot too. I'll tell you one thing historically that has almost always been accurate about these Longhorns. If they find something that works, they will beat it into the ground and force you to force them out of it. Even when Rick Wilson was there, particularly when he was there, it's just who they are. You're going to have to force them to do something else, or they will just do this over and over and over again to you.
Second down, ball on the ground. Jones picks it right back up. How about the flip late, and East is able to make the most out of a broken play.
Boy, Tittle's been active tonight.
He has. That's a freshman right there that East really likes. Shows a lot of promise as you see the ball on the ground there on our United Southeast Federal Credit Union replay.
Now, Chris, your hope right now in third and very long is you force them out of that, right? Because you think about that wishbone essentially what they're running right now, it's difficult for that to pick up 11 yards. You can do it, but it's not a high percentage formation.
And that is going to be the end of the first quarter. So Sullivan East leads Johnson County 14-0 in an impressive start to this home opener for the Patriots.
Hi everyone! Today's lesson, what in the world is megabits per second and gigabits per second? Megabits per second is a good data speed for average use. Gigabits per second is a faster data speed. If you're just browsing and checking email, you don't need to go nuts. But add streaming and gaming, and you will need more and more speed. BTS Fiber can help you choose the speed that fits your home or business. BTS Fiber. Fast, local, reliable. Learn more at bts.net.
Welcome back. It is the second quarter here from Sullivan East as the Patriots lead this one 14-0 over Johnson County with some impressive offense by Sullivan East. And I believe Hope has tracked down someone on the sidelines. Hope.
I'm down here with Luke Jones, our golf coach. Luke, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me tonight.
Yeah, so you are the new golf coach here at Sullivan East, and you also have your new baby here with you, Lawson. And can you tell us about how you got to be the head coach?
Yes, I was assistant here for 3 years, and then job opened up last year, and very excited to apply for, and first year this year, so I'm really excited. We're doing some good things, and it's been a wild summer with this little one, so she's been our honorary mascot.
Well, she's absolutely adorable. So I know the season's already started. Can you tell us about how things are going so far?
Yes, we have been playing, we've been practicing really since June. We've got a few matches under our belts. The weather has not helped very well at all, but we have been playing very well, very excited for the way the season's going. We won our first match of the year, so we have been doing really well, and then now we're getting into some tournaments and getting into close to postseason. Will be here in the next few weeks. So,
are there any tournaments in particular that you're looking forward to?
We play in 2 weeks. We play the Carter County Invitational, and it's a tournament we're excited for because that's where our postseason's going to start. So they get a little taste of it, and then we'll do the postseason there a few weeks after. So we're excited for that in a few weeks.
Awesome. Well, that's exciting. And are there any standout players that you've been seeing so far this season?
Yes, I've been really lucky. I've got a group of senior boys that have been here with me for quite a while, and 3 of them, Josh Durham, Carson Stafford, and Cole Cross, they've got a lot of varsity matches under their belt, and they have been playing really well. One of them just had his round of his best round ever that he's had yesterday. That was Cole. So we're really excited about that, and the rest of the team's making good progress too.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for spending some time to talk to us today, and have a great rest of your season.
Thank you. Go Pats.
A lot to root for there down on the sidelines. Got some young fans here in the crowd as you saw that big 4th down stop by the Patriots.
Huge. What a big response. You know, we just talked about, boy, they picked up a lot of yardage on 3rd down, and just like, oh, golly sakes. But to step up in that moment, boy, big pat on the back for your defense right there.
It's a couple stops.
Yes, a couple
East
stops.
Defense on 4th. And now this electric East offense gets the ball right back. Grady Burke back to work. One-on-one ball. Hubbard goes up and gets it along the sideline. What a player this is going to be for this Patriots team this year.
You know, that's just great size right there. So quick and so strong to get past that defender. He does exactly what you're trained to do as a receiver, and that's high point the ball.
That was a gorgeous throw, bro.
Yes, it was.
I mean, he put that exactly where it needed to go. That is a 17-yard pickup for Malachi Hubbard. And now, if these receivers are going to play like this, who do you target?
Yep.
Who do you try to stop?
Chris, you're not going to want to hear this out of me. I'm still wanting to see some running plays out of this Patriots team.
Just to balance it a little.
Yes.
That will make them even more dynamic if they can get that piece going. Quick screen. Jones, good in open space. Jones cuts it up, still on his feet with a 1st down, and spins down towards the 30.
And Chris, give Ike Deal on that opposite side some credit for setting that block. You don't think about him as a blocker, but boy, took on a bigger defender there like a bulldog. Now let's see if we can see this block out here. Look at that.
Turned him around.
Yes.
Laser in there, getting in the way too. And Jones, man, he's hard to bring down. Even as small as he is, he's a tough guy.
That pays dividends, Chris. When you got a wide receiver out there blocking like that, you're Jones next time deal gets you're laying somebody out to return the favor.
Patriots up 2 scores. It's 14-0, Sullivan East. And a timeout called there. And I'm just going to point out something. I don't know if you noticed it there. Hayden Jones noticed that the play clock was winding down, looked to the sidelines and said, we need a timeout. And they got it as it's going to preserve that first down and 10 here for Sullivan East. All right, coming up, be sure to stick around for our Eddie's Trophies Player of the Game, as we will give that award to a player on the home team. And right now we've got several different choices. Grady Burke has been playing well. He had Ike Deal with the long touchdown. Lazier. Austin Warren has been playing extremely well on defense also.
You know, Chris, I don't want to oversimplify this, but they just seem to be doing the right things right now. They're disciplined. They're playing smart football. And if we're being perfectly honest, at a lot of points in times last year, we didn't see this out of this Patriots team.
Yeah, I mean, look, Blue Prophet was an excellent weapon.
He was.
And Hayden Jones was here last year, although he only played 2 games. Ike Deal was kind of still feeling it out. You could see the promise with that freshman, but here he is now, and now Lazier has stepped up. They've found a gem in Malachi Hubbard.
Yep.
And they told us early in the season that Grady Burke, they want him to be a distributor, a facilitator of this offense.
Yes, point guard.
And if these 4 weapons are going to do this, it's going to put a lot of pressure on defenses.
Yep, you're going to spread them out like that, absolutely.
So Burke back at it, 1st and 10. Burke steps up, long ball, fired, caught for a touchdown by Hayden Jones with Bryson Kimball all over him.
And no flag. Boy, Chris, I was concerned with a push in the back right there. You're going to see that on the replay, but there was no call on it.
Touchdown for Ike Deal. Touchdown for Lazier. Touchdown for Hayden Jones. 3 different receivers have a score as you see the throw from Grady Burke. Woo.
Wow, tight window. Squeezes it into the defender right there over Kimball, who's a great corner as well.
What a bullet.
What a window right there.
This is the Grady Burke coming out party here, man. Sullivan East with 20 points. You see the 3-play drive there. Hayden Jones cashing in.
And the arm strength, Chris, you just have to be impressed tonight with what you've seen from this young man.
Kick up on the way and pure. And East, it appears, has also found themselves a kicker.
3 for 3.
The numbers for Grady Burke right now. 7 of 10, 237 yards, and 3 touchdowns for the sophomore.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Welcome back to Sullivan East. Be sure to stick around. We've got our Student of the Week segment coming up, sponsored by Burke, Powers, and Hardy. You'll hear more about that at halftime, as we are about 10.5 minutes of gameplay away. And Rana, as I was thinking here during the break, this is what the air raid is supposed to look like.
Yes, yep. Spread you out, quick passes to keep you off balance. And it is what it looks like. And let me say this too, right? I still see some imperfections. I'm still concerned about the offensive line, but, and a big but here, they're doing better.
How about that sign? East loves the ref.
Well, Chris, if you'd have seen that block in the back a minute ago that I did, ooh, and boy, I could see some Johnson County Longhorn coaches getting really animated over that. They saw it too.
So a 21-0 lead for Sullivan East. We mentioned the stats on the way out of the break, and Grady Burke on pace to throw about 800 yards in this game, Ron. Now, probably not going to see that, but
No.
we'll have the Tennessee State record book close by if this continues. So Bruckner on to kick off. You see Froenthal back for Johnson County, as we'll see if they have an answer. Another short kick. This sits in play and finally rolls out of bounds. So Johnson County will get it in good field position.
Love the ideal, though. Love the ideal. A little bit more height on that, and you pull that off.
27, there's a flag on the play.
So first down and 10 for Johnson County. Here's the call.
On the kicking team, the ball will be placed at the 35-yard line, first down.
I'll still take that over. I will. I'll take that over the alternative of kicking it to Kimball and hoping for the best.
So we'll see if Johnson County has an answer.
Come at that three-back look, I can tell you that. Rockaway still in motion, your lead blocker right there.
And Austin Warren.
Oh, my goodness.
That was our player to watch tonight. And Austin Warren, look, he made some impressions in the Sullivan East Virginia High scrimmage last week. A scrimmage that Sullivan East didn't really play that well. Even J.C. Simmons would say the same. But wow, Austin Warren playing like his hair's on fire.
And you cannot teach instincts. You either have it or you don't. And over again, 84 tackles last year. Over and over again. He just seems to be in the right place. And Chris, that's not luck.
So 2nd and 15 now. Low snap. Ooh, we have a whistle. Okay. Whistle before the snap.
Part of the snap. Ball start. Offense number 4. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
So, Ron, we talked about the production for both teams in this game as far as what they had to replace. The truth is, Johnson County looks like a team that is replacing a lot of production.
18 seniors on both sides of the ball graduated. We talked to their radio room just a moment ago. They were sort of confused who was starting for them and the pieces that they were trying to fit together. I just think they're trying to figure it out right now.
So 2nd down and 10. Here's Jones. Fires out. There's Kimball, his speedster in the flat. And East runs to the football and makes the play.
And you know, Chris, I talked to Jason Jarrett over at Happy Valley, who scrimmaged this team a couple weeks ago. And his impression of this team is they were very much a team that was looking for identity. They know what they want to do. They want to be deceptive. They want to do some different things. But it's trying to figure out whether or not you've got the personnel to do those different things with.
So a couple negative plays here. It is 3rd down and 20. So Jones in the shotgun. Rolls over, throw, nearly intercepted. I believe that was Ike Deal. And he nearly had himself an interception, but it's going to be 4th down and 20 anyways, and Sullivan East is going to get the ball right back.
Yeah, Jones in the vicinity for the Longhorns, but great coverage right there by the Patriots. Just nobody open.
That close to an interception for Deal.
How big would that have been?
Yeah. Well, we're going to see Johnson County punt the football for the first time. They've gone for every 4th down so far, as Bryson Kimball will do the kicking duties. Hayden Jones around midfield, ready to return. Awkward snap and off the side of the foot. Ooh, did that bounce off Deal? They better get on it. And uh-oh, are they going to give this to Johnson County? Yes, they are. I think the side that came off the side of the foot of Kimball, and it bounced off of Deal's helmet and recovered by Colton Osborne for Johnson County. And I'm not sure if we've got the replay on this, but here it comes.
That is just so unfortunate. Yes,
right
it's sure
off the top
helmet.
of his head.
And you can't blame him, Chris. He's just blocking.
And
you don't expect that.
Hey, Hayden Jones saw it happen. He was trying to get over there, and that's a great play by Colton Osborne to jump on the ball.
Return team just recovered by the offense. That'll be a first down, Johnson County.
Well, that's a break. That's really the first break that Johnson County's got in this game, and now we're going to see if they can do anything with it.
And Chris, I hope I'm wrong, and maybe he's on the field right now. Hayden Jones looked like he grabbed his shoulder.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. He came off. He is not on the field right now, so we'll keep an eye on that. So new life for the drive for Johnson County. Jones pitches left. This is Dickens. Breaks 2 tackles, make it 3. Slung around and finally wrestled down by Jacob Sloan, and that is the one piece of the Johnson County offense that has worked well tonight.
And just an unfortunate play, and you cannot let this game pivot and go in a different direction off of one play, Chris.
I'm just going to tell you, Dickens is one of those guys. He's probably not going down the first time you hit him.
No.
You got to go with several guys. Now maybe Austin Warren can grab hold and sling him down, but he is a tough load. 1st and 10. Right back to the well with Dickens. And that's a nice job by the East defense, as Dickens did not get much.
I will tell you, I just saw Hayden Jones back in the game, so that's good.
We do have a Patriot slow to get up. It's Jacob Sloan, as you see Sloan 54 right there in the middle of your screen. And a spin around there, but that's a 1-yard carry for Dickens, which sets up 2nd and 9.
And that's one of, I mean, I can make an argument for both of these teams, right? But that's one thing that concerns you about the Patriots, and that is their depth.
Kimball in the backfield. They pitch it to him left. Weaves his way forward with some momentum. And there's Austin Warren once again with a tackle there near the 30.
Number 17, Bryson Kimball.
Good motor on that young man.
Austin Warren.
So 3rd down. Johnson County has been kept off the scoreboard in this game. And it's been in large part due to the East defense that has stepped up. Even in these short yardage situations, I can't help but think back, you know, the ball hits off of Deal's helmet on a punt that you'd never think would have landed in his general vicinity. But think back to the interception that just went off his fingers right before that play as well. East trying to stand up once again. 3rd down, handoff, stopped in the backfield, and a great play. Austin Warren blew it up,
Yes,
and
he
Deal
did.
finished it.
Yep, his penetration just tore up the gap that was set up by Johnson County.
Stop by number 1, Ike Deal. Number 7, Austin Warren in the backfield.
Wow. Warren was pushing another player. That's Jamie Jones. He was pushing back into the running back.
I'm going to give some credit to Stiltner right there, because he held his ground in that C gap where that play was supposed to go, and that also affected the play.
So once again, it is 4th down. Johnson County is 0 of 5 on 3rd down, 0 of 3 on 4th in this game so far. Jones, no one there. He'll look to throw downfield. Knocked away by Will Joyner. An excellent play with the defensive back with his head turned towards the ball.
Yep. And how high was Coach Simmons on Joyner, and the amount of time that that kid has spent in the weight room this offseason.
Sullivan East.
That's just textbook right there, Ron, isn't it?
Yep. Absolutely. Square the shoulders to the ball.
I don't want him to have any weight on his shoulders. He thinks he's got everything to prove right now. He's just got to go out there and play football. We're not worried about winning a conference game or anything like that on the first play. We're just worried about executing the first play.
Those were the thoughts of J.C. Simmons about his young quarterback, Grady Burke, who is having an excellent start to his season here tonight with over 200 yards through the air. And we've still got 5.5 minutes left in the first half. A little confusion here with the play clock winding down. They get the snap off in time. Burke, quick hitter, open, deal, right on the money again, and shoved out of bounds near midfield. The accuracy is sticking out for Burke.
That back shoulder throw, Chris, that is a throw you typically see out of seniors. That is such a difficult throw right there. And Chris, let me remind you, he did that being rushed by a clock that was getting ready to expire.
That's right. He even commanded getting his line to get lined up in time.
Absolutely. He is playing well above his years right now. He's just a sophomore, Chris. We've got to keep reminding ourselves that.
1st and 10 at midfield. Burke. Kean Bear with a carry, and he picks up about 8 yards, and there's a little bit of the run game.
Yep. That just opened up. You be patient. It's almost like a halfback delay. He found the spot, and he didn't try to juke around or toy around with it. He just hit it and went. Look,
great blocking right there to open that hole.
I'm going to tell you, Chris, I think I could have made it through that. Now, I wouldn't have got that many yards, but I still could have made it through that.
I would have slid down before any potential hit.
Oh, no, I would have got popped. I wouldn't have got back up, but I'd have got popped.
So a nice gain there for Bear. Second and short. Burke looks left, steps up, and he'll run it himself and picks up the first down. And let's just talk about young quarterbacks for a second.
1st and 10.
He's not seeing ghosts out there.
No, he's not. He's been patient back there. He really has.
His ability to step up into pressure is really what's impressing me. They've got rushers coming at him, and he is stepping up through the pressure. He's got all those defenders behind him. He's seeing the field very clearly.
Yes, and if you even look right then, his head remained downfield where his vision should be. You know, Chris, I really think until the very last second, he was still looking to pass that ball.
First down, Patriots, and a chance to get another score on the board. Handoff Warren, bounces off one Longhorn and gets a full head of steam in a big-time collision. I'll tell you, when Warren's got the ball, if he's able to get those feet going, he's going to be a tough guy to tackle too.
And Chris, I know, right? First game, I don't want to get too excited, but boy, if this Patriots team could find some balance in this air raid offense. We've heard it, 1,000 yards, 1,000 yards, 1,000 yards. When we were doing the interview, Coach came over and stood next to us as we were interviewing a player and said, 1,000 yards, 1,000 yards. They're looking for that this season. I don't know if they know where that 1,000 yards is coming from completely, but they're wanting 1,000 yards.
Play clock under 10 as Burke tries to get everybody lined up. 3 seconds to snap it. They get it off. Handoff. Kean Bear with room and spins across the first down line.
You have got them, you have got the Longhorns so back on their heels right now. Your linebackers are trying to pull back in coverage in this air raid, and everything is just opening out in front of them. And Chris, I just said it a minute ago, this offensive line looks better. They're coming off of the ball. We know 85% of the time it's pass protection, but boy, if you're a good running back, you love to block for the run game.
I think the Patriots are trying to run a little clock here, Ron, and try to get it into the end zone right before half. Burke back to the air here on first down. He wants it all. Hayden Jones again. Hayden Jones, a touchdown, his second of the night, and the Patriots are putting folks on notice.
If you go back and look at that play, I want you to look at Burke. Instead of panicking, moving to his left or his right, he simply steps up, takes a few steps up the ladder, as we call it, while keeping his eyes downfield. Man, I tell you, I'm so impressed. Look at this, Chris. Eyes constantly. He goes through his progression, eyes constantly downfield, takes those 3 steps up into contact, by the way.
Did you see where that throw was?
Yep.
On his mask. Jace Bruckner looks to make it a clean 28, and he does. Last season, the most points Sullivan East scored in a game, 22. They have 28 before halftime here in their season opener against Johnson County.
Bristol, Tennessee Essential Services is your hometown provider of electric, internet, telephone, and cable television services. With our robust fiber optic network, we offer internet speeds of 10 gigabits per second to every home and business in our service area. Our mission is to enrich our community while striving to make tomorrow better than today. BTES, your trusted resource for energy and connectivity.
A 4-touchdown lead for Sullivan East. I'm gonna tell you what, I don't know if anybody saw this coming, but one thing we do have coming tomorrow is another game, Tennessee High and Westridge. Now, a lot of people we're talking about how good this game has the potential to be tomorrow as the Vikings take on a team that we saw a sophomore sensation at quarterback last year with Justice Hilton. Now Grady Burke trying to make that magic happen himself.
Excited for this matchup tomorrow night. This is always a chess match. You know, Chris, every time you and I try to make predictions, we talk on the phone. It's more I'm convinced we get it wrong most of the time.
We did not really know what to expect in this game, and certainly not this, as Grady Burke.
Has he made a bad throw
tonight? The ball
tonight?
placement is incredible. He's got time.
Yes, he does.
He's got time. And how many times have we talked about this offensive line? If they can give the quarterback some time to look down the field in this system that Stan Bedwell has implemented with the air raid, we know it's had success at multiple levels of football. And if you can give a talented quarterback time, he's going to make you pay. So 2:54 to go, and as impressive as Sullivan East offense has been, there's a 0 up on the scoreboard right now for Johnson County, as we're going to have an offsides here on this kickoff, as the kickoff goes to Bryson Kimball, and an impressive return down the far sideline. One Patriot got a jump on the kickoff here.
There's a flag on the play.
Got a flag here. We'll see what the call is. So now the discussion is what Johnson County wants to do here. I would imagine
On the kickoff, we had encroachment on the kicking team. That 5 yards will be added to the end of the run. First down, Johnson County.
Let's give him. All right, so a promo here at halftime as the Johnson County Band will perform, as well as the Patriot Regiment. And don't forget about that Student of the Week, Burke, Powers, and Hardy coming up. Stick around for halftime here, as we are just a few minutes away from the break here at Alumni Field. So good field position here, Ron, for Johnson County. They haven't been able to cash in just yet, but boy, it would be important for Johnson County to get in the end zone here right before halftime. Brock Jones looks and completes to Jamie Jones, who breaks a couple tackles, and that is the most productive play through the air that we've seen here for Johnson County tonight.
Yeah, and that was just a simple catch and throw right there. They turned upfield, and there is a leg flag coming in. Let's see what this is.
I'm going to guess this is on Johnson County. Jones delivered a lick at the end of that play. Was kind of talking about the lick afterwards, and I think the ref got him for it. Some frustration, I'm sure, boiling for this Longhorns team.
And for them, you know, you come up with a well-designed play, and then you're going to get a portion of it
After
taken
the
away.
play, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 25, 15-yard penalty, first down.
We've seen a little bit of that. We've seen a little bit of that in this game. Remember, East got called for a penalty just like that at the end of a long play. So now Johnson County gets the first down. It stays 1st and 10. They just walk the yardage back. 2:36 left. And look, we knew coming in that Johnson County was replacing a lot of production. To me, it's crucial that they get points here.
Well, and you know, we talked about this already, right? For the Patriots, they were replacing production, but it was coming from one player. For the Longhorns last year, they had production coming, but it was from a slew of characters, which is much more difficult to do. And they just look a little uneven right now offensively.
Jones runs it forward for a few. And here's the thing. I'm not sure what to be more impressed with, Ron, this Sullivan East offense or the Sullivan East defense that is holding this Longhorns team off the board right now.
Look at Davison right here. So smart, right? You can't make the tackle, but what do discipline-wise, which you're always taught, is push him back towards the middle of the field so other players can make the play.
So 2nd down and about 7. Jones, quick handoff. This is Kane trying to get to the edge. Does so, but East all over it again, and Austin Warren in there, Ike Deal in there again.
Davison on the backside providing pressure as well to push him out further where he can't make a cut. Just good pursuit tonight by these Patriots defenders.
Timeout called here with 1:07 to go as Johnson County's trying to preserve a little time and find a way to get some points here. Ron, go ahead.
And let me tell you one thing I love seeing, and that is these Patriots playing up to the crowd, getting the student section up, getting these fans up and loud. It's been something that has been missing the last couple years. And you want to talk about making a difference in your program, specifically at home. Boys, get the crowd involved and see where it goes.
Just 1:07 to go here in the first half as Sullivan East kicking off this football season here with an impressive first half. Now, again, you're feeling pretty comfortable with a big lead right now, but at the same time, you want to make sure you want to try to put 4 quarters together.
You absolutely do. And just as a reminder, Johnson County is going to get the football to start the second half. What you do not want to see is any points being put on this board. You don't want to see that 10, or you probably won't see 10 in this case, but you definitely don't want to see any point swing, right? It was something we saw the Patriots way too many times last year.
Well, and how many times do we see teams get that double up?
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Right before the half, then get the ball back, score again. That makes this a totally different game than a four touchdown lead. But the East defense has been playing extremely well.
Yes, gut check after gut check, absolutely.
And a chance here to get another stop. 3rd down, low snap. Jones under pressure, takes off, great block, and the throw is incomplete down the field. He had a man open, that was Froenthal, it looked like down the field, but an excellent play on defense. I think it was Joyner again.
Was Joyner, great coverage right there. Isolated, but great coverage. That's a difficult thing when you're talking about an athlete, the quality of Froenthal. We've heard nothing but good things about him. And he'd come back route right there, and you're able to stay with it as he breaks off the route.
And you know, you mentioned a couple other things. We talked about Froenthal being a guy that hasn't really played since his freshman year.
Yes.
Not only is Johnson County replacing a lot of players, but they're replacing them with guys who are still kind of getting up to speed with the game again.
Yes. And
right?
once again, this is a team that's had one scrimmage. One scrimmage in Johnson
lost,
County.
Yep. 4th down. Jones knocked off his spot. He's going to try to run for it, and he will not get there. Now, the Johnson County sideline, I think, was asking for a face mask, but I don't see a flag. That is a turnover on downs. 49 seconds to go. How aggressive are you here, Ron?
I'm pretty aggressive. Is that Jacob Sloan, by the way, coming up the gut?
I think so.
Stop at number 6.
That was Luke Tomlinson in pursuit, too. But just
Davison
great
on the
pressure.
tackle.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what we've seen all night long. It's coming from different angles. You just cannot get comfortable right now if you're Brock Jones.
East has 2 timeouts. 48.9 seconds left on this first half clock.
So, Chris, don't be surprised. We saw it last series. Don't be surprised if you don't see a running play. If you break something big, then all of a sudden you start getting a little bit hungry if you're the Patriots.
Grady Burke looks to throw, looks like screen. Yes, Kean Bear with room and a convoy in front of him. Bear. There's a late flag coming in here. The clock does stop on the first down and the flag, so we'll see what this is. You see a flag in that area, you kind of see blocking the back quite a bit.
During the run, illegal block in the back, offense 66, 10-yard penalty, still first down.
Let me tell you the other thing that does, Chris. They're going to spot this ball, and they're going to start the timer just as soon as they spot it.
Here's another look. Again, the penalty was called on Luke Tomlinson. That's big 66 out in front. Not there. It's there.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yep. How about that design, though?
It was great design.
To get in the timing of getting the ball to Bear.
Well, I said run, and that's pretty much what that was right there, right?
Okay, here's the wind of the clock. As you mentioned, there are 35 seconds left.
Seam route.
Going up the seam here?
Seam route.
It's about first down and 7 after the penalty. Burke. Flushed. Throws. Got his man. Hayden Jones, first down, out of bounds.
Chris, if you can see, he started Jones all the way on the opposite side of the field. He looked like he was breaking towards the middle. He stayed with his quarterback that entire play.
That throw is a little behind Jones.
Boy, we're nitpicking right now, I'm telling you. If that's our biggest complaint.
Grady, he's been about perfect tonight on his ball placement, but Hayden Jones is going to catch that most of the time. 16 seconds left. The East did not have to use a timeout there. I think they're going to try to take a shot. Trips left. Burke steps up, runs, wants to get out of bounds, and does. Smart. And the clock stops with 9.3 seconds to go. I saw J.C. Simmons turn around and look up almost to say, stop the clock, as soon as he went out of bounds. Again, East has 2 timeouts. They'll probably have 2 plays left to get it here from the 30. And the way this East offense has played so far, it feels within reach.
Yeah, I'm looking for Lazier right now. You know, corner route right here could be there potentially. I like the fly route right here with Deal too.
I don't think Deal is on the field.
He's not, is he?
I saw him limping a little bit after a tackle earlier, so we'll keep an eye on that. Second and short, under 10 seconds to go. Burke goes to the end zone. Hayden Jones, off of his chest. 2.9 seconds to go. That's the same route that Jones has caught 2 touchdowns on tonight.
Yeah, and that one was a little bit low. I still think it's a catchable ball. I want to see this before I make that statement.
3rd and 2.
Yeah, that's a catchable ball.
It is.
I think he pretty much walks into the end zone if he catches it.
He's just so used to Burke putting it right where it's supposed to be, I suppose. See Jones kind of working his way off the field there. He has done an excellent job. 2 touchdowns for Hayden Jones in this game. As we've got 2.4 seconds left, East wants a timeout. No reason not to take one to try to draw up what you're going to do here. But let's just talk a little bit more about the production for Sullivan East in this game. Grady Burke currently sitting at 299 yards of passing.
Yes.
4 touchdowns. His receiving targets, Hayden Jones, 5 catches for 127 and 2 scores. Ike Deal with 2 catches, 103 yards and a score. And then, of course, Lazier had the touchdown earlier. 2 receptions, 49 yards and a touchdown. And the numbers are very good. But one thing we're seeing currently now is that Ike Deal is injured and going to leave on the cart here, it appears, off the east sideline.
Yeah, and we're hoping this is just precautionary. You tend to be a lot more precautionary. If I was to guess right now, it looks like I won't venture a guess.
Yeah.
It looks like a leg injury, but boy, you do not want to see that in a game where everything has worked so well for these Patriots.
Hayden Jones still out there, as we'll see Sullivan East try to get a last-minute score here, last-second score. 2.4 seconds left. Third down, the final play of the first half, barring a penalty.
See if you get laser here in single coverage.
I'd go Jones on that same route across the middle again. Burke looks, rolls. This is going to be a Hail Mary type throw here. Sets his feet, lobs it up. Jones is open. Oh, just too much on it. He found himself some space in the back of that end zone and nearly pulled it down.
And I was talking about laser just a moment ago, Chris. He got held, and I mean held a lot.
How about this first half for Sullivan East? A 28-0 lead for the Patriots as they look to try to snap a 17-game losing streak off to a great start here against this Johnson County Longhorns team. You see the Longhorns coaching staff, they'll have some adjustments to make before we head to the second half. Patriots lead this one 28-0 here at halftime.
Hi everyone! Today's lesson, what in the world is megabits per second and gigabits per second? Megabits per second is a good data speed for average use. Gigabits per second is a faster data speed. If you're just browsing and checking email, you don't need to go nuts. But add streaming and gaming, and you will need more and more speed. BTS Fiber can help you choose the speed that fits your home or business. BTS Fiber. Fast, local, reliable. Learn more at bts.net.
Energy. There's more to it than keeping the lights on. Because we're served by public power, owned by the people who live here, and charged with one purpose: helping our communities thrive. Together, we support what matters to us, like more job opportunities, protected lands, and local education. You see, it's about more than power. It's about how we use our energy for a better tomorrow. That's community energy.
Welcome back to Sullivan East at Alumni Field. The Patriots lead the Longhorns 28-0 here at halftime. And it's time for our halftime festivities. We're going to hear from both bands this evening. And first up, we're going to hear from the Johnson County Longhorns band as they get set up here on the field to perform in their first game of the season here as we kick off this 2026 high school football season.
Drum major, is your band ready? And now enjoy the Pride of Johnson County Marching Band. Johnson County.
As we are here live at Alumni Field, we're going to take a break here at halftime and be back shortly with more here from Sullivan East.
In the heart of the Appalachian Mountains, where the spirit of community runs deep, Bristol, Tennessee Essential Services has been a cornerstone in our area for almost 80 years. Founded in 1945, BTES began with a simple mission: to bring reliable electricity to every home and business in Bristol. Through decades of dedication, innovation, and unwavering service, we've powered dreams and brightened lives. Today, we stand as a testament of progress, offering state-of-the-art services while honoring our rich legacy. Bristol, Tennessee Essential Services, our community's trusted resource for energy and connectivity. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
We're looking high above Alumni Field here at Sullivan East as the Patriots have jumped out to a big lead here at halftime. We just saw the Johnson County Band perform, and now it's time for the home team, Sullivan East, to get their first band performance of the football season underway.
Which includes the music from A Midsummer Night's Dream, as well as the original music by Luke McMillan. The band is sponsored in part by Toyota of Bristol. Drum Major Alyssa Cross, is your band ready? The Sullivan East High School Patriot Regiment, you may now take the field for your performance. the pride of Sullivan County, the Sullivan East High School Patriot Regiment.
We're here at Sullivan East. That was just an amazing performance from the band. And coming up earlier this week, I had the opportunity to speak to a student here at East, Jaylee Barrett. She was this week's Burke Power and Hardy Student of the Week. So let's go take a look. I'm here with Jaylee Barrett, this week's Burke Powers and Hardy Student of the Week. First off, congratulations.
Thank you.
And I know we're just getting back from summer, and you're going into your sophomore year.
Yes, ma'am.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about your summer and what all you accomplished?
Yes, ma'am. So over the summer, I was able to compete at the national level for Skills USA. There I competed at Atlanta, Georgia in job interview. And out of 40 people in my category, I was 3rd overall out of all the students in the high school level.
That's awesome. Can you tell us a little bit more about what that experience was like and what all you've learned?
Yes, ma'am. So before I went there, I had to do a lot of preparation work. For example, I had to have a resume that had my job-specific skills on it, references, and just more information about me on there, such as like memberships and awards and everything I was a part of. I also had to submit a professional portfolio about just my reference letters and just things to that nature. And then when I was there, I was able to go and compete and just be able to talk, and I was able to talk about how in the future I want to be able to be a VEX robotics coach, and that was the actual position I was applying for there. And it was just amazing to be able to build those relationships with other students and just learn, so then in the future that's a skill that I can be able to have.
And then you mentioned the VEX robotics. Can you tell us a little bit more about that and how you got into that?
Yes, ma'am. So I've been doing VEX robotics ever since I was in 6th grade, and I'm currently still doing it. I did it in middle school with Miss Trent, and there I was able to go to Tennessee state competition 3 times and then VEX Worlds twice. And there I'm the engineering notebook manager, so I document the process of our problems and how we brainstorm things in a notebook, and I've just been able to do that, and I've loved it ever since. It's so cool to be able to collaborate with other students from all over the world and just be able to see how they do things and just learn from that.
That's so awesome and a really cool thing to get into.
Yes, ma'am.
And is this something that you plan to pursue in the future? Or what do you want to do in the future?
Yes, ma'am. So in the future, I want to be able to be a teacher, but I also want to be able to teach robotics to students, because my teaching pedagogy consists of students just be able to learn with their hands and learn by doing, and I feel like robotics is a very good example of that, because students can learn as they do things, and it's so amazing to be able to see students just light up when they figure something out, and that's something I'm very passionate about.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, you're very accomplished. I know you're going to do great things in the future, and thank you so much for being here with us, and congratulations on being this week's Burke Powers and Hardy Student of the Week. It was amazing getting to talk to Jaylee earlier this week. She's a very accomplished young girl, especially just for being a sophomore. But we still have the second half of the game coming up, so you're going to want to stick around. And we're going to be back after this.
Welcome back to Alumni Field. A fantastic first half for the Patriots with lots of plays and scores. Right now we're seeing several alumni of Sullivan East here on the field on Alumni Night on Alumni Field as well, as they're introducing some of these folks. There's Principal Andy Hare, as we talked to earlier in pregame. It's been a fun night here to be a Patriot. Andy got us started off in the pregame show talking about how 2026 and 2027 was going to be the best year of school history. And, well, look, school is definitely more than football, but I think I heard him say a couple of his other teams have won their first game, and here the Patriots are looking to break that 17-game losing streak, and a chance to do it here tonight. So let's take a peek at how this first half unfolded. A 28-0 lead for the Patriots. As you see here, the long ball to get us started, Grady Burke to Ike Deal.
Yeah, and it just set the table. Now, I've got to express, I was just talking about this a moment ago, I want to check and see what the status of Ike Deal is, because in this particular offense, his absence will be deeply felt.
Burke right down the middle to Leisure. First 3 touchdowns for Burke went to 3 different receivers. You'll see the one to Hayden Jones right here.
Just climbs up the ladder, shows some patience, and just delivers it between 2 defenders.
And as if Hayden Jones needed more, here's more. Looked like the same route, and he pulls it in for another touchdown.
And I get it. It's really easy to talk about what Burke did and his receivers in that first half. But, Chris, let's give some love to that offensive line.
All right, a look here at the moon here from Sullivan East. 28-0, Patriots on top.
Hi, I'm Chris with BTES, and this is The Essentials. If you're considering making some home improvements to your home to make it more energy efficient, our Energy Savings Loan Program may be a good option for you. For qualified participants, BTES provides financing for inspected electric heat pumps, attic and floor insulation, insulated replacement windows, insulated doors and garage doors, electric service upgrades, and more. The Energy Savings Loan Program offers easy terms so you can improve your home and lower your energy bill. Learn more at bts.net/ESLP.
2020, Eric Hare.
So 28-0, all Patriots here, an impressive first half. But we do want to take a moment and address some recent events in our community, Ron.
Yeah, you know, Milligan University has served for the last 160 years as a place that raises up Christian student leaders, not only for our community, but for the world abroad. Chris, I know you've got friends there. I've got friends and family there. Yesterday, we were all saddened by the events that took the lives of 2 Milligan students and injured 9 more. We here at BTS Power 7, we want to offer our condolences for those students who were killed. We also want to offer a prayer of healing for those injured that are still in the hospital. We also wanted to take a moment as well to encourage all of you to pray for Milligan University. For their teachers and their students, they have some difficult days in front of them. So we just want to put that out there and just encourage all of us in this community, like a black eye for the community yesterday, to just lift up that university that has meant so much for this community.
You may know BTES's employees from here and here, but we are also here and there and also over there. We are your neighbors, your friends, your community, and your trusted resource for energy and connectivity. We are BTES.
Welcome back. We are getting close to the second half here as Sullivan East off to a great start in that first half. Grady Burke leading the way, and here's the numbers here for the Patriots and the Longhorns. 299 passing yards, Ron, for Grady Burke. Neither team has converted a third down in the game, but for the most part, it's been all East, especially through the air.
And boy, Chris, you'd look at that time of possession. If that was the only stat I showed you, right, you'd be like, oh, this is not going well. But just the opposite. Chris, I'd say they didn't need to convert a third down. They took care of business on first and second.
They only had 2 third downs. East only had 2 third downs in the entire half. That means things are going well on first and second. As the Patriots are in a good spot. They're trying to end that streak here tonight. They're off to a great start in the first half, trying to do exactly that. We will take another break and be back with second half action here from Alumni Field at Sullivan East.
The places we call work and home are starting to look more and more alike. When you could live and work anywhere, why not make it somewhere extraordinary? Where the air is fresher, your paycheck goes further, and at up to 10 gigabits per second, the internet is some of the fastest in the country. Whether you need to be connected or get reconnected, Bristol is ready. Start your next chapter at bristolisready.com.
Welcome into Sullivan East High School. We are getting ready for second half action here between the Patriots and the Longhorns. And Sullivan East, Ron, came out. They were fired up from the jump. And I'll tell you a moment in this game that we haven't really talked a lot about, but it was that first throw that Burke made on the interception.
Yes.
And I'll just tell you, like, in my mind, and I think maybe in the minds of several Sullivan East fans here, you see that first throw and you're like, okay,
here we go.
He's young. It's going to take some time, and it didn't take hardly any time at all, as he looks like he just grew up in the midst of one drive.
Well, you took that a different direction than what I was going to take it.
Go ahead.
When I first saw that first interception, my first thought was, here we go again, right? I mean, I'm sure the Patriot fans probably thought the same thing, but they've talked all season about flushing bad plays, and they did it. They just need to build on it. We want to see consistency. By the way, foot on the throat of these Longhorns in the second half.
So Johnson County, Ron, obviously we saw the disparity in the yards. What does Johnson County have to do to get back in this game?
Well, they've had some success running the football. When they went to that heavy set, almost that wishbone formation, they did have some luck. I don't know why they came out of it, right? I mean, I guess that they were stopped, but more so they were stopped by their own penalty. So we'll see what that looks like. I know one thing, Chris. If I'm the Patriots, the last thing I'm wanting to do is give this Longhorns team any sense of hope at all.
Braden Dickens has 6 carries for 56 yards for Johnson County. I would be surprised if he doesn't get the ball a little bit more. We kind of had some questions about what his availability might be in this game. He has played. Maybe he's nursing something.
And he may be on a snap count.
Maybe.
Lots of times when kids are returning from injury, you see that.
But he has been playing defense as well. So.
Yes.
All right, second half underway. Jace Bruckner sends it downfield. See if Johnson County has an answer. This is Bryson Kimball, the speedster. And a nice trip up tackle. Guess who? Mason Tittle again.
Impressed by that young man. We do have, I believe this is cramps. Well, yeah.
I would imagine since his teammate's holding his leg there, that's probably exactly what that is.
Oh, he's not coming out of it very easily, is he? Chris, that's such a painful thing. I mean, oh my goodness.
What does a cramp feel like, Ron?
Man. I know this sounds crazy, but we had a coach that used to make us drink pickle juice. I hate pickles till this day. I won't go down that road.
Is that why?
Yes, that's exactly why. I'm not going to say why, but to this day I struggle. And it wasn't a little bit of pickle juice. It was quarts of pickle juice.
All right, while we give Kimball a chance to shake it off, we'll take a break and be right back. As you can see, Bryson Kimball back up on his feet. And good sign. And I think that's, I mean, at least the first cramp that we've seen stop play tonight in the first week of the season.
Amazingly, particularly in this weather, with this humidity, absolutely. And Chris, he was down for a long time.
Kimball was our player to watch for this Johnson County team. He kind of does a little bit of everything. And the speedster will take a break here for a moment. So, Johnson County, we'll see what kind of adjustments they have made at the half. Guess who? It is Braden Dickens in the backfield. That's what worked best for Johnson County in that first half.
And there's that heavy set they went to. They've gone back to it.
There's Dickens, runs left, hitting the backfield.
Great job right there with penetration. Who was that got in the backfield so quick? Still see a number.
One of the Sloan brothers.
No, I think it was Ashby Snyder.
Okay. Sophomore.
Yeah.
No gain on the play, 2nd and 10.
And Chris, I can't stress how important this first drive is for these Longhorns. I mean, if you're going to have any chance, you've got to set a tone right here in this first series.
No gain on the first run from Dickens. They'll pitch it this time, and look at that East defense all around the ball. And Austin Warren leading charge. Ooh, did the ball come out? East thinks they've got it, and they do, I believe. Here's a replay at it. That ball came out a little late. See if we can see who knocked it out. Davison just took it right out of his hands. Davison ripped that ball right from his hands as he was going to the ground.
What an alert play. Stand him up and have another one come and pull it out of his arms. Wow.
I'll tell you, remember the first half, it started with a turnover by the Patriots.
Yes.
And then they turned it on. So we'll see if the Patriots can keep it going here. That is just an excellent individual play by the senior Andrew Davison.
Chris, can we tell who's on the far side where Deal would typically be?
I think that's Joyner.
Okay.
Handoff, Warren. He's got a load inside the 20, and a big run for Austin Warren on first down.
Blockers out in front of him. Just a great job right there in that seal block in the C gap, and it just widens up. Who do we give credit for? Stiltner with a great block.
Saw Crabtree with a good seal there.
Multiple folks right there.
That is a 19-yard carry for Austin Warren. Setting up first down and 10 as the Patriots are inside the red zone again. All the touchdowns for East have been of the longer variety. Burke over the top. Oh, still nearly came down with that. That was Lazier with Kimball in defense.
And Chris, what I think I've noticed right now, and we'll see if that's the case when they go to trips, which they will in this offense, is I think it's actually Malachi Hubbard who has taken the spot of Deal.
And at this point in this score and this early in the season, even if Deal was able to get back out there, you're probably playing it really cautious with him at this stage. Of course, East will go next week to Chucky Doak. Handoff Warren up the middle, inside the 10, and a big collision as Warren has another first down. And you know what? I think I'm going to keep handing it to him. He's been so good on defense tonight. I think they want to get the senior in the end zone.
And I believe that's Noah Sloan right there, who sets the Stiltner's part of that as well. I mean, Chris, this is a different offensive line than we saw last year.
First and goal. And I think a little early head start there as the snap came a little late.
And, you know, I thought maybe in the back of my mind, Chris, we'll hold for this call.
I think they got Hubbard. A little lip reading there. I think they got Hubbard on that one. Go ahead.
Really interested this year to see if Simmons was going to give up his offensive line duties. And that's not the case. You know, he held on to that. It's something that he takes a lot of pride in and understands if this team is going to turn, it's going to be based upon that offensive line.
Hey, you mentioned it earlier in the broadcast. They want to run for 1,000 yards. Yeah. And, you know, we could take a look at the rushing numbers again here, and maybe they'll get to 100 by, you know, you have to average 100 a game. Maybe they'll get there by the end of this one.
Well, it drains the clock too, Chris. Let's not forget that when it's on the ground.
Great drone shot there.
Yeah, those gaps are still wide when you look at them, though. They've not snuck in much.
And another pre-snap whistle. This also has not been a part of East's game tonight.
No, it's not. They've been clean.
They had a few here or there. The personal foul that came down here, but East ended up scoring anyway.
Snap infraction, offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
I'll tell you, Crabtree is the only non-senior on that offensive line right there in the middle.
Yes, but let's talk about him. I'm really glad you brought him up. His snaps have been clean tonight.
They have. I got to watch a little of the scrimmage from East and Virginia High last week, and I felt like the snaps were maybe an issue there in the timing of those plays, but he's been clean tonight. Burke, first and goal, into the end zone. Did he get a foot down? Incomplete.
Wow.
You know, I'm just going to say it. I'm not so sure he didn't bring that in. Lazier, I think he thought he got in.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll have that angle.
Here it is.
Well, maybe.
He might sneak out of the... Oh, no, we got a great shot of the drone here. Slow it down.
No, I think he tipped. Yeah, I think that toe touched.
Well, the question is that yellow line out of bounds or not in the back of the end zone?
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Well, we could have some fun right now with a Jumbotron if we had one, couldn't we?
I'm sure it won't be too long before there's one here. Second down and goal. Burke surveys. You're going to see a flat, intentional grounding. Uh-oh.
Yep.
And Burke coming up limping a little bit. I was going to say, we have not seen him take a sack tonight.
No, but I'm going to tell you, Chris, you've got to get rid of the football. You just cannot do that.
5 yards. Third down.
And that's something that just comes with maturity, is understanding sometimes you just got to live to play another play.
Hey, he's extended the plays so well tonight.
He has, but I guarantee you, Chris, when he gets to the sideline, he's going to get an earful.
Yeah, that's a teaching moment there.
Yes, it is.
On a night where you would expect there have been a lot of teaching moments, but he has just, as you said earlier, and Hayden Jones mentioned this to me earlier in the offseason as well. He said that Grady just makes throws that seniors make, and he has looked the part tonight. Just a few mistakes on his ledger. It is now third and goal from the 35.
You know, I know he runs track too, Chris, as well for the Patriots.
Here's Burke. Looks, there was a timing off there. That was nearly picked there by Kimball. Jones got kind of held up there on his route, and that sets up fourth and goal from the 35.
So what do you do here? You just go for it, I guess?
I think so.
Yeah.
I suppose you could just punt it.
You could pooch it.
Deep.
Yes, you could pooch it.
Yeah. A fourth and goal punt. You don't see that often.
That tells you things aren't going very well on a drive when you see that.
You see Kimball saying, oh, I almost had that interception there. He already has one tonight, and good to see him back in the game after the cramp earlier. Well, if any offense has a fourth and goal from the 35 play, it would probably be the air raid.
Yes.
But East wants to talk about this. I'll be honest with you.
Sullivan East.
I would consider punting here, but they'll talk about that during the break, and we'll take a break as well. As Sullivan East leads by 28, as you're looking at downtown Bristol live right now.
For 85 years, United Southeast Federal Credit Union has proudly served our neighbors in Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia. We're more than a financial institution, we're part of the community. With 6 convenient branches and a team dedicated to your financial well-being, we're here to help you grow, save, and thrive. On the go, our mobile app and online banking make managing your money easy. United Southeast Federal Credit Union, helping our members live better lives.
There are 2 types of people in this world. Those who got the sauce and those who need a little help finding it. Now you're probably thinking, how do I get this sauce? Well, see, I got my sauce. You got your sauce. Maybe it's sweet, maybe it's spicy, Maybe it's 12 different flavors all tossed together, but you know it when you see it. So the question is, who's got the sauce?
Zaxby's. Zaxby's got the sauce.
I don't think he was talking to you.
Oh. Who's got the sauce?
Zaxby's.
High above Alumni Field, you are looking at Sullivan East High School and a Patriots team that is well on their way at this stage to putting it into a long losing streak with a 28-point lead at the moment. It is currently 4th down and goal from the 35-yard line. Several penalties have pushed the Patriots backwards, and we'll see what they decide to do here.
Look at the far side of the field and trips over here, Chris. We'll see how that breaks down. He's looking that direction.
Burke spins out, and he's just going to launch one. That's incomplete, and it's, yeah. I mean, at least if you catch that there on the dive, it's better, you know, you pin Johnson County a little deep, works like a punt. But instead, Johnson County will get the ball at the 35-yard line as they look for their first points tonight.
Yeah, Chris, I'm a little bit surprised on that route right there. There wasn't sort of a shorter route, an intermediate kind of route set up. All three of those guys went deep. So I don't know, you know, you can't question a whole lot when you're up 28-0 though.
Again, we've said it a couple times, but if you told me East was going to be pitching a shutout about halfway through the third quarter, I'm not sure I would have believed you.
I tell you, Chris, if I'm the Patriots coaching staff right now, I'm telling these guys they've not accomplished anything yet.
Sure. Still a lot of football left. A little pitch here to Kimball, the speedster, and Pyle moves forward for him.
Yep. Tomlinson, I think, met him at the point of contact, I think. Or was that Deshaun?
Ended up being 5 yards.
17 on the carry. Good first, number 62, Deshaun Thomas. Brought down.
It was Deshaun, yeah.
2nd and 5.
There's still plenty of time, even for a team that wants to run the football. There's still plenty of time in this game.
You're entering a point here where Johnson County's just got to start chipping away at this thing.
Yes.
Here's Kimball.
Good cutback.
Yeah, shifty move, and again, several Patriots right there around the ball. Ashby Snyder, we've said that name a couple times. That looks like Jacob Sloan in there as well.
Gain of 3 on the play. It's 3rd down.
Boy, this Patriots defense has done such a good job pushing everything back towards the middle of the field tonight. And that's how you're always taught. You protect from the inside out.
So 3rd and short. One of the stories of this game has been the 3rd down conversions, as Johnson County currently 0 of 7 on 3rd down.
Ooh.
And they just converted their first one with a hard count. First hard count of the season.
Prior to the snap, encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
And Chris, we'll have to get a little bit of clarity here in our next Patriots game. I keep seeing 57 pop up, but I don't know that we've got a 57 on the roster.
He's a mystery man. May have to run up to the PA announcer and get a name there.
That was Hayden Newberry right there. I know that number.
So first down for Johnson County. Pitch play Dickens. Jones in the backfield, sends it the other way, and Dickens reverses field. One of the biggest runs of the night for the Longhorns, and they've got something cooking here as they head down towards the 30.
Territory. Braden Dickens. There's a flag on the play.
See the flag there right around the 40-yard line as you get another look at the run here, thanks to United Southeast Federal Credit Union.
Boy, he's just solid, isn't he, Chris?
Result of the play is the first down. After the play, personal foul, 54 of the offense. 15-yard penalty for the end of the run. First down.
I believe that's Mason Perry. Mason Perry last year for the Longhorns, 2nd team all-conference. You don't typically see that out of an all-conference player, though, Chris. He's a junior.
One of the really one of the key one of the guys that played a lot last year that's back on this team. I mean, you mentioned all the seniors that they lost. As get a timeout here from the Longhorns. So East in a comfortable spot here in our first game of the season, and one of the best parts about our schedule this year is the doubleheader that we have for you on this opening weekend. East tonight, and tomorrow it's Tennessee High and West Ridge. Quick thoughts on that game, Ron?
Oh, I think it's going to be very physical. I think it's two teams that know each other, that used to this game as a litmus test of where they need to fix. Boy, Chris, what I do not want to see is a repeat of what we went through last year in that deluge out in the environment, if you will.
Yeah, at least if it rains tomorrow, we're inside a press box and not under a tent, right?
Yep.
Did want to mention that we'd like to thank Danielle Parker with Holston Realty for sponsoring the drone tonight. If you're looking for a new place to move in the area, you can move smarter with Parker. So Danielle, normally you see her logo with us at the Tennessee High games, but she's upped it this year. She's on every one of our broadcasts, and we would like to say thank you to Danielle for sponsoring, and what a great shot there. Also want to thank Zaxby's again for sponsoring our meal this evening, as this production brought to you by several local partnerships in our Bristol community. First and 10, Longhorns. On the snap way over the head, a race to the football. Jones, a little flip out of the backfield, and that's a big loss.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure in this option offense or whatever we're doing right now in Johnson County, because we've not really seen the option very much this season. What you call in 2nd and 32.
He's like, I'm just going to find my buddy here and get a few of them back.
Probably got about 6. Goodness gracious. Chris, I will share with you, too, one of the other matchups in East Tennessee right now, a pretty big one, is Powell right now is leading Anderson County 36-30. And if you're a football follower in this area, you know the significance of that game early on the schedule still.
Timeout, Johnson County, their second.
So another timeout here for Johnson County after that big loss, and we'll take the break with them. All Patriots here in the third. We'll be right back right after this.
For 85 years, United Southeast Federal Credit Union has proudly served our neighbors in Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia. We're more than a financial institution, we're part of the community. With 6 convenient branches and a team dedicated to your financial well-being, we're here to help you grow, save, and thrive. On the go, our mobile app and online banking make managing your money easy. United Southeast Federal Credit Union, helping our members live better lives.
Hi everyone! Today's lesson, what in the world is megabits per second and gigabits per second? Megabits per second is a good data speed for average use. Gigabits per second is a faster data speed. If you're just browsing and checking email, you don't need to go nuts. But add streaming and gaming, and you will need more and more speed. BTS Fiber can help you choose the speed that fits your home or business. BTS Fiber. Fast, local, reliable. Learn more at bts.net.
Right back into action, and an interception out of the break. It is Will Joyner who picks off the pass from Brock Jones as East gets the ball right back, and the student section is loving it.
And Chris, I'm not sure that young man is ever going to get an easier interception than that one that just fell in his lap.
Personal foul, roughing the passer on the defense.
Well, wipe the interception as a hit on the quarterback. We'll give Johnson County the ball right back.
And this is one thing we've not seen out of this Patriots team tonight, right? These undisciplined plays. We talked about this as our keys for the game tonight. And you just cannot have that there.
Here's the late hit on Jones.
Correction, after the 15-yard penalty, it is an automatic first down.
I think that's that land on the quarterback type hit there. hands up near the helmet area.
That's Luke Tomlinson. He's a senior as well. Very good player. Good punch on the line, but boy, you just cannot have that.
There's Hope with some friends down there. East fans very happy tonight so far. New set of downs. Remember how long the Longhorns had to go there. So a fresh set is beneficial for them, as that's a nice throw and catch, but a big hit by Austin Warren, who has been laying the lumber tonight.
And that young man just enjoys hitting people. He looks to go through them.
Knocked out of bounds by number 7, Austin Warren, gain of 2 on the play.
Pressure there by Stiltner. He's done that several times tonight.
That's a brother-to-brother connection there. Brock Jones to Jamie on the catch. I mentioned earlier that this is really Brock Jones' first year playing football. He's apparently a big pitcher on the baseball team, from what we understand.
Good athlete all the way around. Great decision maker, too. Low snap.
2nd and 8, flicks one, and wow, Austin Warren is just all around the football.
Got a flag, I believe I just saw thrown in there.
Are they going to get him for the suplex there, Ron?
Yeah, maybe.
There's a flag on the play.
After the play, personal foul, defense 77.
Okay.
15-yard penalties to the end of the run. First down.
Okay, let's see what happened here. Catch was made by Froenthal.
Oh, dude, come on. Unless I'm missing something.
I think they called the wrong number.
Oh.
I think we were thinking the suplex was the flag there. So some penalties have kept this drive alive for Johnson County, and they're trying to get their first points. We're still at about the halfway mark of here in the 3rd quarter. Longhorns looking for their first touchdown of the year. Jones, nowhere to go, and just takes a seat.
And you know, Chris, that's what you're taught as a defender. You stretch that play out, stretch it out, stretch it out, until there's no property left to run on.
2nd and 14.
I think Brock Jones came up there kind of shaking that hand like he landed awkwardly on it or something.
And there, walk over and get the play call. Adam McClain is calling the plays for Johnson County as the offensive coordinator. It feel a little weird to you to watch a Johnson County team without Juan Mejia at running back?
Yeah, I was thinking about that as we were talking about replacement. And I tell you, he was exceptional. Had some health issues, right?
Yeah.
But boy, was he a difference maker for this Longhorns team.
Delay of game here is going to push the Longhorns back. That Mejia was just a name that everybody really in Northeast Tennessee knew. Some of his numbers, he had an exceptional year in 2024. He had over 1,200 rushing yards and 24 touchdowns for the Longhorns back in that season. He wasn't as healthy in last season, but over a 3-year period scored 44 touchdowns for this Johnson County team.
You know, you just don't see that kind of production. Exceptional player, Mihal was.
4 wide here for Jones in the shotgun in a spread look. Take off left, trying to beat Hubbard to the corner, and Hubbard got just enough of it.
To trip him up.
Yep. Still a decent gain for Jones. We'll set up 3rd and long.
Chris, this drive feels like it has taken an eternity. I mean, it's like watching paint dry, man. So many opportunities the Patriots have had to kill this drive, and they just have not been able to do it.
You see the tackle there by Hubbard. There are a lot of players on this team that are making an impact that were not on, either A, not on this team last year, or B, were just kind of buried and didn't really get their shot, and they're making the most of it. Hubbard being new to the program this year. 3rd down. Jones running out of time, flicks late and incomplete. It is 4th down. And of course, Johnson County's going to go for this. Down 4 scores in the third.
4th and 14.
Give some attention to the Sloan brothers. They've done a good job tonight on both sides of the football.
Look, let's just call it what it is. I mean, we talked to Simmons earlier in the year, and you hear the comments from Hayden Jones about the locker room being so good, and JC saying this team just wants to come and work. There's something to be said about that team chemistry and simply just playing for the other guy beside you. 4th down and long. Jones will fire late, and it's an interception for Sullivan East. And guess who? It's Will Joyner. He gets the interception back that he missed earlier due to penalty, and he's got a big return into Johnson County territory. And he got hit, I think, harder by his teammate there in celebration than even the hit given to him by Liam Kane.
And, oh, there's a flag on the field.
You mentioned how easy the last interception was that was wiped by penalty. How about this one, Ron? He had to go up and get it.
He had to jump, yeah. Great athlete. We've heard his praises from Simmons and others on the coaching staff of the Patriots. Hard worker. He just doesn't intercept. He looks upfield quick.
See Coach Simmons there looking for a late hit. So we're looking at, I think, blocking the back here on the return. But I would assume that what Coach Simmons is talking about is, well, what about any kind of late hit around the sideline there? Here's the pick.
Good body control right there. A little more difficult.
Results of the plays in the interception. During the return, illegal block in the back. Number 11.
You're going to see that block in the back
10 yards from the spot of foul. First down, Sullivan East.
Yeah.
And then that's pretty clean, I think, on the hit. He wasn't quite out of bounds yet. See JC Simmons. Sometimes you can just see what people are thinking without them even having to say a word. Man, it's gotten a little sloppy here in the third half.
It has, yeah.
With the flags. After being a pretty clean first half.
I will see what this offense looks like, Chris, since they've been off the field for such a long time.
It's been a while. I'm starting to forget who all's on the team. It's been that long.
This is where, I'd like to see them really run the football, sort of commit to that a little bit more. We'll see what that looks like.
Wind some clock.
Yes.
Back to the air. Burke looking to take a shot across the middle. It's Hayden Jones. Weaves his way inside the 40. Gets a block. And now inside the 30-yard line, Hayden Jones.
Having himself a night. Now what?
Flag after the tackle. I think there was kind of a little bit of mincing of words there after, and they may get Hayden Jones here. Watch late. Dickens kind of looks like he's hurt his hand. Will hold his hand up. Look there, and then Jones. They're going to get him for the step over, I think.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 5 of the offense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
That's the Allen Iverson over Tyronn Lue step over there that
I don't know, Chris. Man,
they've tried to kind of outlaw that a little bit.
I get it, but I don't see anything there that really looks like taunting. I will say this. We've seen more penalties out of this Patriots team in the second half, sort of some in the second quarter as well. I would certainly, the coaching staff of the Patriots, I'm wanting to clean that up. Don't want to fall victim to that again.
So the play stands. The penalty pushes East backwards a little bit.
Bit of a jump there, no call.
Burke steps up. Right on the money, that's Lazier across the middle. And a first down for East.
Pass complete, number 12, Colton Lazier.
That's been open for Lazier all night long. He's just so good in finding the soft spots in that 4-0 defense. There's zones on the exterior. He just goes out there and waits it out. What he's doing, Chris, is he's dragging across the face of that outside linebacker and just setting up in that soft spot.
He's for the first down. Yep. High above. Burke. Looks to run on his feet and smartly slides at the 20.
Smart, smart, smart. And I just have to wonder, Chris, did someone grab his ear over on the sideline and say, hey, we don't want you putting yourself in unnecessary danger?
I'll be honest, I love the football IQ we're seeing from Burke.
Yes.
He seems like just in general, from what we know about him as a person in general, he's just very mature for his age and a leader, certainly.
Yes. My understanding is classroom, field, he takes pride in everything he does.
First down. Burke trying to flip the shoulders and throws it away, but still out of harm's way.
Yep.
Incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Smart choice. Don't take the sack. You don't need to.
Just 90 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Sullivan East jumped out to a big lead early after an interception thrown by Burke on the first drive of the game. He has bounced back nicely, had nearly 300 yards passing in the first half. This has been a very long third quarter due to penalties and such, but we're finally winding down as East is looking to get on the board again. And off Kean Bear around the right side. He's got some room. And inside the 10-yard line, Kean Bear. And how about this East running game, Ron?
Yeah, just solid run right there. You know, great space. He takes advantage. He's very north to south tonight, which I think is very smart. Good pickup right there. First time we've seen somewhat of a snap that was a little bit off. You know, one of the things we do know between this center and Burke is they have played together before. It's not the first time they've played. I think they played some in middle school, so they're familiar with one another.
89 rushing yards for Sullivan East right now.
Wow.
They're 11 yards away from getting to that century mark and being on pace for that goal they've set for themselves this year of 1,000. Burke hands right to Bear. Is he in? He is.
Wow.
A rushing touchdown for Kean Bear, the junior. And he becomes the 4th Patriot to find the end zone tonight. And the Patriots are piling it on.
I really, really like the fact that these Patriots have made some commitment to the ground attack.
Have a look at it here. Brought to you by United Southeast Federal Credit Union.
You know, in this air raid, Chris, it's almost like every play is just sort of that delayed handoff, and sometimes it looks awkward, but they've taken advantage of the space tonight.
How about Jace Bruckner? I mean, hey, 5 for 5.
Yep.
Sophomore. I mean, this has been a youth movement a little bit on this team as the young guys are getting in on the action. 35-0, Sullivan East.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
There he is, Kean Bear, the latest Patriot to find the end zone. 35-0 Sullivan East. Mentioned that the Patriots did not score more than 22 points in a game last year, as you're seeing some fun here between the Johnson County and Sullivan East bands waving the lights at each other.
And, you know, Bear's just another kid that has just committed himself to the weight room in the offseason. Just extremely hard worker. And, Chris, the thing I like that I've seen out of him right now is he's very decisive. He's not dancing around.
Jace
he's just going
Bruckner
north to south very quickly. He's reading his gaps really well, too.
We're course, the Patriots have done most of this through the air. We got started with a long touchdown to Ike Deal. And it was Colton Lazier up the seam for the second score for the Patriots. Back-to-back touchdowns for Hayden Jones. And then Kean Bear with a touchdown as well. 35-0. Bruckner drives it deep and caught by Kimball. There's that speed, but Austin Warren, shoot.
I'd love to know how many tackles tonight. I would love to know how many tackles. I would assume double digits.
What do you think about the gear there, Ron?
Oh, I see it standing up, yeah.
Oh, yeah. If there's any player that should be wearing that out there, it's number 7.
Yep. Now, we had the big bulky things when I played. It didn't look anything like that.
You got any pictures of you playing offensive guard?
I'm not giving it to you.
Can we find one?
Nope.
What high school was that?
I'm embarrassed by what kind of hairstyle.
Delaware, right?
Yes, I'm embarrassed by my hairstyle. You will never see that photo.
I don't know. I have some ways of finding photos of people that I work with.
Uh-huh.
Did it to C.J. Manahan at the Classic earlier this year. Or, well, I guess it was last year. We tend to, and to be fair, they had me as well on some photos, so you never know.
Yep.
We can make something happen. We have a running clock here, so there is a, they're going to call a delay of game. So now that the Patriots lead by 35, it is a running clock, and that takes us to the end of the third quarter. Just one more quarter to go, and before we head to the fourth, I believe Hope has tracked down another interview on the sidelines. Hope?
Yes, thank you guys. I'm here with Coach Watson, and he's the coach of the cross-country team here at Sullivan East. So can you tell us a little bit about how you guys have been preparing for your season?
Yeah, sure. We've been training since essentially the Tuesday after Memorial Day. Started back in June, running 4 days a week. We're going 5 days a week, getting ready for our first meet actually this Saturday at South Olson Dam at Run for the Hills. Been braving the hot weather. Been having to run inside the school with all the lightning and thunderstorms. So it's been an interesting training season, but we're really excited to kick things off on Saturday with our first meet.
Yeah, that is exciting. I know there has been a lot of weather elements going on, but what are you most excited for with this group of runners that you have this season?
We lost our really 2 of our top 5 girls from last year, but our girls have made tremendous progress in the last year. They finished 15th in the state last year. We're really excited about what we can do this year. We think we're going to have a really phenomenal squad. So we're antsy to get out there and show what we've got. And then our boys have been training really, really hard too. I've got a couple guys who are knocking on the door to go to the state as an individual. So we're, like I said, it's just, you wait all summer long, you have that build up, and now we're getting to that point we're ready to go.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess building on top of that, what would you say some of your goals are for this season?
We are we want our girls team. The expectation is to be at state. We want to be top 10 this year. You know, it's not really a goal for us anymore. It's something that we put on the schedule and we expect to be there. The guys are looking to improve from their sectional performance last year. We finished I think 12th, so we're looking to crack into that top 10, top 8 range, and like I said, take a couple of our guys to the state as an individual. So
that's awesome. Well, it sounds like you've got an exciting season coming up, and thank you for spending some time with us today. Thank you.
Thank you, Hope. On to the fourth quarter, but stick around. We've got the Eddie's Trophies Player of the Game coming up. This is a feature that we started last year where we highlighted a player on the home team for their efforts. And Ron, I got to be honest, it might be a little hard tonight for this Patriots team. I've got a few that are sticking out, but man, have they played well.
Yeah, I can think of a couple. Boy, number 7. Probably can name a couple more, but.
So you did see there while Hope was talking to Coach Watson, there was one more play in the third quarter. They put 3 seconds back on the clock because there was a delay of game. So they ran one play there at the end of the third, and now this is the first play of the fourth. Jones handoff, and just nowhere to go in the backfield there.
Sean right there, he's been active tonight. Chris, we'll take opportunities. I'm sure Patriots will probably get some second-string players in. We'll call some names out as they make appearances tonight.
I believe that's Austin Shaw in the game at running back.
Yes, that is
freshman. Shaw. And he had the last carry as well, and looks like he just got a carry here, but dove to keep it off the turf. So 4th and long.
You know, Coach Trussler spoke about him very highly. Freshman, plays that weak side linebacker as well. Very athletic.
This Johnson County team made the playoffs a year ago. As you see Brock Jones in his first start, obviously frustrated with how things have gone as the Longhorns are going to punt here, but Johnson County made the playoffs last year as that 4 seed coming out of Region 1 3A. And and
wow.
We're going to take our time. Got a nice roll though. Did Kimball on his punt there, and East will take over in Johnson County territory. So some of the other teams in Johnson County's region, that Gatlinburg-Pittman team is kind of the gold standard there. Unicoi County,
very good.
Very solid team. They'll play Crockett tomorrow. Pigeon Forge, the Chucky Doak team that East played here a year ago that we did. East is going to go play Chucky Doak next week in a game that I think when you come off this one, you're hoping, hey, we got a shot to go win that one too.
So Chris, let me ask you, do you, and I'm just looking, oh, now wait a minute. Burke, yeah, Burke is still in the game.
He's out there.
How many more do you give him?
I think one more drive. This has been just a complete football game for this Patriot team. I'm sure Coach Simmons will pick away a little bit at the tape as Burke fires. Lazier on the catch. He's going to motor to the end zone for a touchdown. There is a flag on the play all the way back at the line of scrimmage.
Wow.
As Grady Burke looks up in the air and says, "You got to be kidding me." That would have been Lazier's 2nd touchdown of the night. I think this one's coming back.
Illegal formation. 5 in the backfield on the offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
So we see a penalty there. White points off the board for East. Last time that East scored this many points in a game, you got to go all the way back to 2023. They lost to Northview by a score of 54-41. Drake Fisher was the quarterback in that game for Sullivan East. And Fisher is now the quarterback coach for Sullivan East, and he's mentoring another young sophomore. He was once a sophomore starter for the Patriots, and now he's in the ear of Grady Burke.
Yep, that's one of the things Coach Simmons says. Been there, done that when it comes to Fisher.
Completion along the side.
Good move.
Hayden Jones dances along the sideline and picks up a first down.
And boy, Chris, is he taking advantage of his return, huh?
Yep. Hayden Jones, he's a musician, plays a little music, and shows off the the moves there. 18 yards for Hayden Jones. You talk about another great kid on this team.
Oh yeah.
Hayden, I was in Walmart a few months ago, and he just stopped. He recognized me, stopped me in the aisle there, and we talked football for 15-20 minutes. Great kid. First down and another whistle here.
Prior to the snap, encroachment, defense number 4, 5-yard penalty.
On Johnson County as the Longhorns were in the neutral zone. mentioned earlier that the last time East scored this many points was in 2023. That was also the last time they beat Johnson County. They opened the season with a 28-24 win that year. First and 5. Burke, another stoppage. Going to move back 5 yards, I think, here. Seen a couple of those, Ron. Tell me about a snap infraction and what causes that.
There could be a number of different things as far as a snap infraction. Chris, lots of it just has to do with timing itself in regards, does it give the offense an unfair advantage? Chris, I will tell you one thing. It just does my heart so well as an old offensive lineman to see the level of communication, the pointing, the sharing, what I'm seeing out of this offensive line is I didn't see it last year. They understand their duties and their responsibilities. And I can't, you remember we started the show off talking about this coaching staff and this community investing in these kids. Dividends tonight.
Burke on first down, looking for more. All the way downtown, it's Leisure up the seam, and another touchdown for this East offense, Colton Leisure.
And I guarantee you, if I can see this route, I can't guarantee you, but I bet you, Chris, he sells outside and then brings it back in. He's so good at this. He talked to me about that in that scrimmage. He was like, stem route, stem route. He was over the side, drinking out water. He's like, Ron, I told you stem route. And for him, that's just his ability to fake off the tree. And we're not going to see it on the backside.
Oh, what a throw, though.
A beautiful throw, yeah.
Right at the face mask again. Sullivan East looking to make this a 42-0 lead. Oh, Bruckner missed that one.
Did he?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
He got under it a little bit.
So what does that make him, Chris? 5 for 6 for the night?
Yes. So 5:16 left. Sullivan East is going to ice this one away. But, hey, if you're an East fan right now, you're thinking about what's coming up next. And you go at Chucky Doak. That's another 3A. Yes. That's a 3A team that is in the same conference as Johnson County. Chucky Doak's got several good players. We got to see them last year. Cherokee maybe a little down compared to last year.
Yes, quarterback issues, I would say probably so.
I got to see them against Westridge in a scrimmage. Now, Westridge, I think, is going to have an exceptional year as well. But all of a sudden, you're starting to it's one game, but all of a sudden there's a little hope in the air, much like last year after that close loss. Remember, Hayden Jones stopped short at the goal line, and you say maybe that game just kind of set the tone for the season. This game has a chance to do the exact opposite.
Well, and I look too, Chris, at that Eagleton game. And if I was going to put any 2A team on my schedule, I'm not sure it would have been Eagleton. You know, they were one game away last year from going to state, and they're one of the favorites right now. And to go there on top of that, boy, that's not going to be an easy assignment.
No. And we'll have that Cherokee game and the Granger game.
Yes, should be entertaining.
Here on BTES Power 7 for Gridiron Game Day. And look, we came in early in our preview show, Ron. We talked about two specific games for East. This one and the Granger game, they lost both those by 5 points each last year. So those were quick games to circle and say maybe they can turn the tide. This is a great start.
Chris, we just saw him just a moment ago, Hayden Jones. Let me tell you what I observed on the sideline with him.
Oh,
let this play develop.
That's a free ball there. Kimball picks it up. Little Madden movement here. He got to the corner for a moment before he was shoved out of bounds.
Hayden Jones going over all of his receivers, right? Because they're talking about this stick and shoot and the options out of it and the different routes between the H and the X and the Z. And he's over there as Burke is going through the progressions. And Burke says something and Jones is like, no, that's not right. It's this. And I'm like, this kid not only knows his offensive assignment, he knows other players on the field.
All right, you see our Eddie's Trophies player of the game. It's Grady Burke. What an exceptional start for him to his sophomore season. 15 of 25, 390 yards passing, and 5 touchdowns for the new signal caller for Sullivan East, Grady Burke.
And Chris, I would give you a wager if we brought him up here, how long it would take for him to talk about his offensive line.
New quarterback in the game is Colton Osborne. Now, prior to the season, when we were kind of learning about this Johnson County team, there was a quarterback battle between Jones and Colton Osborne. Both are juniors. Both are left-handed. We'll see if, for Johnson County, you've got to kind of reevaluate things moving forward. Their next game is going to be against Hampton, which is going to be a tough one for them as well. But they've got a lot to figure out.
Well, and one of the things I'm not used to seeing out of a Johnson County Longhorns team is they lack that physical presence. And I'm so used to seeing a Longhorns team that is just going to want to punch you in the mouth. I just didn't get a sense of that tonight.
This is Austin Shaw, freshman running back. You're going to see some young pups in there here with the score so lopsided.
And Chris, that's got to be one of our main objectives before we come back to East. Figure out who 57 is.
That'll just take one phone call.
Yeah.
Clock ticking now, under 3 minutes to go. As this is a Happy Bluffs City tonight.
Yes.
Osborne around the end. On third down, he is stopped short. Now, some would call this a jinx run, but I'm going to say it.
Oh, boys, here we go.
Last time Sullivan East shut out an opponent.
Don't do it, Chris.
2023, right here at home against Granger, 35-0.
I thought you were going to take that in a different direction. It scared me kind of.
Did I? Did you?
Yeah, I thought you were going to go somewhere else with that.
Okay.
And I thought there was a but coming out of your mouth, but you stopped, so.
I'm not sure where you thought I was going.
Yeah, I thought you were going to turn that negative for a second, but you didn't.
Fourth down, and a little punt here. This ball's going to trickle out of bounds. And you know what? Grady Burke's going to come back on the field, Ron. I know we said give him maybe one more drive, but this kid deserves to take the snap and kneel this one.
Well, this is the sweetest formation in all of football, right? And they're going to give him the opportunity to come out and take advantage of this opportunity. And this crowd, this student section, has not sat down tonight.
It's been a great night for Sullivan East. We're down to a minute to go.
I would love to get an update, though, on Ike Deal right now to sort of see what his status is.
Certainly thinking about that. It looks like if East times this right, they will need just one snap. And that will do it. Grady Burke was exceptional tonight for Sullivan East. He takes the knee on the final snap of the game, and the streak is over. 713 days since Sullivan East has won a football game. They blank Johnson County 41-0 for a win tonight on Alumni Field in the season opener, and you can just feel the presence, the joy that exists in this stadium, and especially for that team right there.
Yeah, and you know, as I said, this is affirmation. It's affirmation of what they've done. We talked about it in the pregame, the leadership breakfast. We talked about having the Army out here. Affirmation.
I couldn't help it. Did you notice Hayden Jones there, Ron? The camera found him. He was in tears.
Yeah.
I mean, this has been a tough stretch for this group. 17 losses in a row. We talked about how Hayden Jones was the guy who was stopped short at the goal line in this game last year in a game that they could have won. He mentioned to us at Media Day that he was thinking about it still, and how this must feel for him and this other group of seniors who've been through quite a bit.
And Chris, it's such hard work, right? To go through all the drills, to go through the offseason, to be in the weight room, to do the 2-a-days. And it's tough when you go through all that. And I want to be real clear about something. I've said it before, I'll say it again. J.C. Simmons is a good coach. Sometimes, Chris, you can do the right things and not get the results that you're looking for. Congratulations to this East team. Congratulations to this coaching staff. But, hey, it's just a step. And I'm sure that's the first thing out of his mouth. It's a step in a journey. Enjoy it tonight. We're moving on tomorrow.
We talked about the 5-point. See how emotional Austin Warren is there. He and Hayden Jones are also related. They're stepbrothers.
Mm-hmm.
You know how difficult it is to go 0-10, to lose 17 straight games, and to just keep coming back to work.
It is.
Keep coming back to work. And you're seeing how much it means to Austin Warren, to Hayden Jones, to these seniors. Some of these young guys, they haven't been through this in a sense. They're all smiles, of course, but the seniors have been through those battles.
And you doubt yourself, right? I mean, you just do. And you just ask those questions. Man, is it worth it? Is it worth going with this? For these seniors tonight in particular that have put in this effort, tonight made it worthwhile. Gosh, what a picture that is, Chris.
It's going to be a party in Bluff City tonight as you see the team coming over to the student section who is loving it. Just enjoy this moment if you're a Patriot fan. The streak is over. After 17 straight losses, the Patriots get it done. Too.
Yes.
They did not leave. They wanted to soak in every second of this game. Look at Coach Simmons addressing the student section as well.
Yeah, the message right there is thank you. Thank you for standing by us. Thank you for your support. Thank you for coming out tonight. And Chris, you and I do a pretty good job, I feel like, of trying to stay unbiased as we can. You know, let's be honest. We were rooting for the Patriots.
Sure. I mean, you know, the truth is no one should lose 17 games at any time, and this is long overdue for this team. And you know what, they've got a lot of tough games on their schedule coming up, but I don't know. With the way this one was played tonight, it would shock me if they didn't find another one this season, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
The arrow is pointing up for this group.
Yep.
I want to flip it to Johnson County, Ron. Tough because, look, Johnson County won this game by 5 last year. Johnson County came in here 2 years ago and beat Sullivan East 53-7. So, all right, so let's go ahead and throw it down to the field. Hope has tracked down J.C. Simmons.
These guys, I mean, heck,
Yeah.
these seniors.
Yeah, so I'm down here with Coach Simmons. First off, congratulations. I know this is a big win for you guys. There's a lot of emotions going on. Can you just kind of tell me how you're feeling right now?
Well, you know, first off, hats off to Johnson County. They played their butts off. They didn't quit. But I mean, these seniors, they earned it. These guys have worked this whole summer, their whole 4 years to come out and do this tonight and execute. We talked all week about win. What's important now? Not winning the game. What's important right now? And that's what I felt like we did tonight.
That's awesome. And I know one of the standout players tonight was the quarterback, Grady Burke. Can you kind of tell me your thoughts on his performance tonight?
You know, obviously there's a few things that he could clean up and that kind of thing, but I was really proud of his poise, not getting too high, too low. I mean, we start the game off like he did to just battle back and just keep playing, just play the next play. It's a really good example of win the next rep.
Right, I know this really set the tone for the season, so what's next?
We're going to celebrate this one tonight. It's been a while. So after that, we'll regroup and get ready for Chucky Doak next week.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, and congratulations again on this win.
Thank you all for being here. Go Pats.
Yes, thank you.
713 days since East has won a football game. That streak goes away tonight as J.C. Simmons and his crew get it done. Let's take a look at some of the highlights on how this happened. I mentioned Grady Burke was our Eddie's Trophies player of the game after a 5-touchdown effort in this first start of his sophomore season involving basically the entire offense with touchdowns. Ike Deal. Before we get to highlights, don't forget, we'll be back at this tomorrow. Why don't we just do it again tomorrow night at the Castle, one of the great venues in Northeast Tennessee, Tennessee High, taking on Westridge in a game that we expect to be very good. All right, here are the highlights as we look back to this streak-ending victory. The long ball to Ike Deal got us started.
Yeah, the case right there, just off that release route, he finds open ground, and Burke with his eyes downfield.
Colton Lazier, he's got a lot of D1 attention right now, and he's showing you why. In just his sophomore season, that was his first of 2 touchdowns tonight. This one coming right in your living room to Hayden Jones.
And look at the protection from the line right there, Chris. Great pass in a tight window.
Once was not enough for Hayden Jones. Here's number 2. Jones caught 2 touchdowns last year. He only played a game and a half.
Yes.
He's primed for a big season. And how about a little love for the running backs?
We talked about that 1,000-yard season. They're on their way, right?
And how about one more? Icing on the cake. That's Lazier again. The weapons for Sullivan East are exceptional. Obviously, we're waiting to hear about Ike Deal. Hopefully he is okay, and we'll be back with this team soon.
Yes.
Maybe as soon as next week. But as long as you have those players on the outside and Grady Burke playing the way he is, look at the yardage.
Nearly 400 yards passing.
I mean, look at the difference in total yards. Now, look at that penalty number 2. I felt like a lot of that came in the third quarter.
Yes.
There were some unsportsmanlike penalties. That's something
you got to clean up.
Yeah, when you look at the box score, I mean, look, we're getting picky here, right? This is not only did Sullivan East win this game, they dominated
this
game. And Grady Burke was a big part of that. But how about the defense with a shutout? We mentioned the first time in 3 years. Remember, earlier we said the Patriots set a school record for points allowed last year and show up in the first game and don't allow a single point.
Well, I'll make one more point here tonight as well, and that is these wide receivers' commitment towards getting better, particularly in the area of route running. They were crisp tonight. They sold their routes well, and they were disciplined tonight as well. Now, Chris, you look at that 130. I'm not so sure if I'm the Patriots coaching staff it's going to get brushed aside quite as easy, because they've had a history of having issues with that. So we want to clean that up.
Sullivan East, a big winner tonight. 41-0 over Johnson County. For myself, Chris Mangrum, my co-host, Ron Marvel, and the entire Power 7 team, thanks for watching. This has been a presentation of BTES, your trusted resource for energy and connectivity. We'll see you tomorrow.